What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining the Bearded Hops Taproom Tuesday. And,
Oh,
can you mute that, please? My goodness, sir.
I forgot that was not muted.
So unprofessional.
Hey, what is up,
There we
everybody?
go. Hey, everybody. Yeah, Taproom Tuesday stream. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And let's just get the usuals out of the way. What are you drinking, Chad?
I am starting off with a recent crowd favorite. Not really. New Glarus.
Recent crowd favorite, yeah.
This is Moon Man. It's a No Coast Pale Ale.
Ooh, Moon Man.
How about you?
Well, I have to go. I'm a trendy guy. I like to go with the trends, and so
So you're not bucking a trend. You are trending.
no, I go with the trends. Yeah, I'm a follower. I'm drinking the Truly.
Oh, seriously?
I will not make it through this. Don't worry. I got to stand by over here. So
I have a Henry's in my refrigerator, and I did look at it, but then I thought about Steve Austin,
right? Do you? Yeah, I don't have that.
and he would be disappointed.
So speaking of seltzers, which it's really not a seltzer, but there was an article that Twitter tweeted out today, and let's see, it talks about how hard seltzer is just a scam. It's a really good article, and if you go to my Twitter, the Beard Hops Twitter, you'll see it. But basically, in the article, they pretty much talk about how it's not even seltzer. It's not seltzer water.
What is it? What are they saying it is?
Well, if you look, actually, I don't know if it's on this can. I don't think it is. On a White Claw can, and actually, somebody we're going to be having on here in a couple weeks. I watched one of his videos, and he pointed it out. But it says it is beer on a White Claw can.
What?
But it's a malted beverage. It's
Okay.
malt liquor. That's what it is. It's not seltzer water. It's a malt liquor.
Okay, but does it have the 4 beer ingredients? I mean, it's got water, obviously.
Obviously. I mean, I don't know if it follows Reinheitsgebot, if that's what you're asking.
What?
Never mind. Trying to see if this says. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Anyway, it's not seltzer water, people. Yeah, here,
well-
this part in the article says, but here's the thing, it's a lie. Hard seltzer is not seltzer. Seltzer is carbonated water. Hard seltzer is flavored malt beverage, essentially a Lime-A-Rita or a Colt 45 or Smirnoff Ice. The products derive their alcohol from fermented malt grains and are then carbonated, flavored, and sweetened. So there you go.
Well, I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense. You can't. They're using the word seltzer in a very broad way.
They're using the word seltzer to make you think it is healthier.
Yes. You're not drinking a Perrier, folks.
No, you're drinking. You're drinking a Colt 45. It's clear and with flavor.
Yeah. And it's got alcohol, so you're drinking sugar.
The Truly is 5%. So, yeah, that's good. It's going to get there and get warm. Sorry, Gina, if you're watching, can't do it. I'm going to then move on to a real beer and chili water.
You took one sip and we're like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Chili water.
You'll notice, people, that Jakey is not yet with us tonight. I do believe he's trying, but he is at an HOA meeting.
And my wife should be there too, but she's traveling for work. So, and I'm glad she didn't make me go instead of her because I don't like HOA meetings at all. So,
I wonder if she's one of the ones watching.
I did send her the link. But
If
I
so,
don't know.
hello.
Hey, G. Yeah. So what else? What else we got going on? Oh, I totally forgot to play this.
She's watching.
Oh, there she is. Hey, sorry, I wasted one of your Trulies. Yeah.
Well, go give it to your daughter.
There's the wife. Yeah, there she is. All right. I need to go play this because he spent so much time doing it.
Hey, friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and you are watching or listening to the Bearded Hops podcast. Don't forget to sniff.
That's great.
That's so awesome.
Don't forget to sniff.
Sean is hilarious.
Yeah, gotta love it. He might be swinging by tonight. We'll have to see if he is able to do it, but so we'll see. What else is happening? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm just new here.
Do we want to promote the T-shirt idea? The giveaway?
Oh, we haven't set it on a number yet.
I know, but we're getting awfully close to the number that we talked about.
We are. And everybody's like, okay, guys, like inside talk here. We are sitting at, what are we sitting at? I can't see it. Right
93.
93. We went up. So we're sitting at 93 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, look, once you hit 100, that's when the big bucks start coming in.
Right. That's all we want is 100 subscribers.
That's when all the YouTube money just starts pouring in at about 100 subscribers.
That is a total lie.
I mean, PewDiePie only has 100, right? Jake Paul. Anyway, so we've talked about doing a T-shirt giveaway, but I think 100 is too low.
Well, we're only 7 away at this point. We talked about it when we had like 80. So
I'm thinking we never thought we'd get to 80.
I'm thinking we put together a little Bearded Hops package. That'll be like a T-shirt, maybe a sticker, and maybe a special beer or something that we can send to somebody when we reach 150. What do you think?
150. All right. We could do this. We'll have rules to follow, of course. But that's just what we're...
Yeah, but hit that subscribe button, and if you are lucky number 150, we'll figure it out. We'll give you some shit.
we'll figure it out. I know. Who knows what we'll do? You might get it. You might not get it. Take a little bit. You have to pay postage and handling, of course. But just joking. Yeah. So Jake's not gonna be here. Punk.
Well, he might later if
And
we
Gina
talk
laughs.
more than 20 minutes.
Gina laughs. It also looks like Draft Therapy will be on. He said he's going to be about 15 minutes. I think, see, this is too close to me. Just back off me. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, the wide shot looks better. You got some cool stuff in the background.
We know you're here. We know. You're the only one, but we know.
Well, go get a headset or put your buds in and join the live stream.
Yeah, you can join the live stream. I can send you the link, girlie. She's like, no. No, my makeup or my hair. She's not going to do it.
It'd be cool if she's drinking some Des Moines beers.
She's not. She's in New York.
Oh, that's right. She's in New York this week.
Not in Des Moines.
New York.
Yeah. Jamie has tweeted me and said that he's stuck at bowling. So he won't
Bowling?
be on. Yeah, he's a bowler. Dude, the dude can bowl.
That's one hell of a sport right there.
Okay. We might as well do just some promo while we're here. We do have a Discord. If you guys don't know, and if you don't know what Discord is, then just forget it. Discord. We have a Discord group called the Taproom, and we have several beer tubers are on there. So if you go to beerdops.com/find us, the link is there for that. So come on in if you'd like to talk about beer, hang out with people who like to talk about beer, or just hang out. You can come.
Yeah, anybody can join this show. If you want to join, send us a message and we'll send you the link. And if you got a camera and a microphone and a set of ears, then come talk to us. You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
We did this live show last week on Tuesday as well, and then Wednesday we had a very cool regular podcast.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was Afro Beer Chick, Shalanda, and we had a fantastic conversation with her. If you have not checked out that podcast, I would highly recommend it. There are photos on craftbeer.com today from the 2019 Beer Without Beards Festival. And this was a festival that celebrates women in beer and women who love beer. And that's kind of what we talked about, women and diversity in the craft beer world on the podcast last week. So,
all right. So now I pulled that craftbeer.com up. And hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to get it on the screen here. Just give me 1 second. I gotta share my screen. I have to click here and click here. There we go.
yeah.
Now, if you'll notice, beard.
That's because men are welcome at this
it's
festival.
not fully without beards. Did you read this article?
I read.
This is from July 12th. At least the one I pulled up.
Let's see. The one I'm looking at. Is that the same one? No, the one I'm looking at is August 12th.
Okay. I'm looking at an old one.
But this is the pictures. So
Beard.
I mean, it's not a lot of pictures, but it's all people with no beards.
Yeah, we did talk to Shalandra about this. And it's going to kind of be an ongoing theme for season 3. It's going to be diversity within beer. And so not just of a, as far as race is concerned, but gender, even sexuality. So we have coming up on the show this week, tomorrow night, we're going to be talking to Rod J. Beer Ventures on the old YouTubes. He is a beer tuber. And after that, on the 28th, we're going to be talking to Carla Jean Lauter. And she is a beer writer in Maine. And she will be on with us. There we go.
Yeah.
There she is. She'll be on with us to talk just about beer in general, but also she's big in the diversity push. We're also going to have alewives, who a couple ladies who do a beer podcast, kind of like us, probably less crass. Yeah, but
more than likely, but I don't know.
We're gonna have It's Beer Drank on as well on the 11th, and he was actually the one that did the White Claw. If you haven't, you should go to his channel, check out the video about White Claw. Hilarious. Dude, the dude is so funny. I love watching his videos. Then we're going to have Ren Navarro on, who actually runs the website. There it is, beerdiversity.com. And she's from Canada. So, but we will have her on to talk about beer diversity. I like that shirt. Sorry if I offended you. I like that.
Speaking of shirts, my Afro Beer Chick shirt is on the way. I got notification today that my Afro Beer Chick shirt will be arriving soon, and I may just wear it in the podcast next time.
Very nice. Then we, on September 22nd, we will be at Three Sheeps. Finally.
December or September?
September.
Yeah.
We will be at Three Sheeps finally. We will not be live streaming that one. We will be recording that one and then releasing it after that. But last season we did talk to Grant, the owner, and had a great conversation with him then. And we're going back. He actually likes us enough to let us go back. So we'll be going there. And then on September 25th, we are actually going to have Brent Patterson. He is from Drink Local, Think Global, which is a movement. There's a National Beer Week or let me go to the website because I'm going to just totally butcher it.
That's pretty normal.
Wow. Shade's coming. So they're having a craft beer week, October 21st to 27th. And there are participating breweries. They're hoping to get more on. But if you go to these participating breweries during that craft beer week, portion of your monies will go to Drink Local, Think Global, who then works to get clean water to those who need clean water. So we will have them on as well.
Cool stuff coming up. Really, I mean, I think it's going to be a really interesting season, and I'm really looking forward to it. These live streams are brand new for us, so if you're watching this after the fact, because we do put these out there for watching later, and if you've made it this far into the live stream, we're at 17 minutes now, and yeah, we've talked about just what's coming up, and it's been kind of, not a whole lot of action yet, but we'll have other people on, and in fact, just a little bit, Sean from Draft Therapy is going to join us, and hopefully on a weekly basis, we'll have a larger crowd in these live streams and have a good conversation. You don't have to stare at me and Adam.
Gina's here.
Well, she's here.
Hi, Gina.
She's here, but not here, visibly here. That makes sense.
Not really, but it's okay. Doesn't have to.
This is non-beer related, but I just saw something fairly disturbing in the news on Instagram. Did you know that the Amazon rainforest is on fire? And it's been on fire for like 3 weeks, and the news is not covering this.
Well, we got a lot more serious things going on in the world.
I mean, it's insane. It's like what's one of the world's most important ecosystems. And it's literally been burning for 3 weeks, and nobody knows anything about it.
Nobody knows anything about it?
Well, nobody in the United States knows anything about it because it's not in the news.
Amazon rainforest fire. Forests in Brazil, Greenland, and Siberia are burning. Wait. Huh?
Well, there's multiple fires, but the main one in the Amazon is serious. And I just want to mention it because I think it's important that word gets out.
Look, we're not a show just about beer. We're here to educate and inform as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The more alarming are the wildfires in the Amazon rainforest, the world's largest tropical forest. It's an area that almost never burns on its own, yet the blazes have grown so intense that they blacked out the sky in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah, I saw that picture from 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, Brazil's largest city.
Yeah, there's a problem. That's a big problem, I think.
Many of the fires stem from unprecedented warmth and dryness across many parts of the world this year. I think Trump had it right. They're just not taking care of it. They're not raking enough. Isn't that what he said about the California wildfires?
Stupid orange Cheeto.
They are an unmistakable sign of how humans are radically reshaping the planet. Yeah, no one's talking about it, Gina. Exactly. Yeah. No one is talking about this. I'm not sure if people don't know about this or what, but it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right there. They're burning people.
Yeah, I follow Neil deGrasse Tyson on Instagram, and I saw it today, and I was like, what the is going on? Why do we not know about this?
What the Fraggle Rock is happening? Oh, so this is going to be a video. Nope, it wasn't a video. See, this... there we go. See what this is, a video? No, people, stop saying it's a video. It's not a video. It's going to play video. But the internet is not working for me. Not very well, at least. Yeah, I can't believe nobody's talking about that. That is kind of...
It's alarming, I think.
Yeah, let's see what this is. No, this is a video about the rainforest. Ugh. Come on, people. Well, here they're saying that it can be seen from space.
Yeah.
Good old USA Today.
Neil deGrasse posted a picture from space. You can see the smoke it looks like a cloud, but it's just smoke from the rainforest.
Wow. Oh, and really, when you Google it, there's not much about it either. All right, hang on 1 second. Look at that bearded freak.
Whoa, there's a big bearded man.
And
He's frozen.
Guys.
He's totally frozen. Oh, there you go.
What's up, Sean?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
Sean, did you know that the rainforests are on fire right now?
Which rainforest?
Amazon.
Amazon.
I guess I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
See?
It doesn't surprise me.
Nobody knew. I didn't know.
It's been burning for 3 weeks and nobody's talking about it.
Yikes.
Yeah, you came on right when we're not talking about beer.
Is my audio okay? I know my video is choppy.
Your video's choppy, but it's okay.
Audio's fine.
Yeah, audio's
Okay,
fine.
good. I'm on my iPad, so I wasn't sure how this would work out.
What are you cracking open there?
This is the Untitled Art and Weldworks collaboration. Whoa. There we go.
There you go. Oh, nice.
Hazy double.
Triple dry hopped.
Yeah, good thing you could read it before it got all smeary.
Smeary.
Nice. Have you had this one before?
I have not. Virgin tasting.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, we get to hear it first.
That's right.
Come on. Let's see the sniff.
All right. Well, I got to do it out of the can first.
That's true.
That's how I do
yeah,
it, you know.
Yeah. I
We played your sniff
Mm.
clip at the beginning of the live stream. I loved it.
Oh.
we can play it again just for.
Oh,
Hey
would
friends,
you?
Sean from Draft Therapy here, and you are watching or listening to the Bearded Hops podcast. Don't forget to sniff.
Perfect. That was great. Too bad Jake's not here. He'll be able to bless us with his presence here, and we can play that for him. He never forgets to sniff. So.
I always forget to do the sniff on my Friday morning beer review. I'm always like, I pour it and then I almost drink it. And I'm like, oh, hold on.
I gotta smell it first.
Just gonna kick my ass if I don't do the sniff.
Yeah, gotta get that on camera. My goodness, I'm sorry. I'm digging into the rainforest burning. Smoke can be seen from space. They're burning at a record rate. This is the beginning of the end, boys. I just hope I can drink all the beer in my fridge before it's over.
How's the Untitled Art? What's your first impression there? Sean, can you hear us?
I don't know if he can hear us or not.
He's screaming, but we're not hearing anything.
Trying to fix it. Live
Oh.
streams.
He's left the building and will return.
I'm just reading about this. It is surprising nobody's talking about this.
I know, right?
All right. Well, I'm going to tell people.
Yeah, it should be tweeted and Insta'd and socialed.
I think Amazon should step in to help out since it's. Never mind.
You think Jeff Bezos is going to give up any of his money to help fight a fire?
Well, I mean, he took the name. It would be interesting to find out where he got that, why he picked that name.
Yep, it would be interesting.
I'm Googling it, see, I can find out.
All right.
This
There's another fairly new trend in the beer world about breweries collaborating and experimenting with beekeepers using honey to
If you would have just stopped there, they're experimenting with beekeepers and just left it hanging there for a minute. My mind was like, what are we doing to beekeepers? What do we have against them to begin with? All right, go ahead.
Well, we're diversifying and experimenting with beekeepers, right?
Okay, so they're because they're trying to get specific honeys.
More complex flavors and sweetness to certain varieties of beer. And this is happening in the distillery world using honey rather than cane sugar. And this might be kind of interesting. Honey beer.
Wow, yeah.
Arrowwood Farm Brewery in Accord, New York is the brewery that is working to brew some beer with local beekeepers to use honey.
By the way, Jeff Bezos came up with the name because he was looking through the dictionary, and like you do, you just look through the dictionary from time to time.
I read it almost every day.
It's good bathroom reading. And Bezos discovered the word Amazon, which seemed fitting because it was Earth's largest river, and he was building the world's largest bookstore. He's back in a new location.
Whoa. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, tilt up. We want to see the shelf behind you.
Oh, you want to see all my finals? That's just some of them. I had to box up a bunch of them.
Wow. So you have an addiction.
Used to collect a bunch of Frank Kozik stuff.
So you don't only collect beer.
I collect beards, beer, and I don't collect those anymore. Now I collect expensive camera gear.
Right, exactly right.
Yeah, much better.
That's the one thing I haven't dropped money on. It's been the audio equipment for us, but
lucky you.
Yeah, of course. My wife is here. Rod J is here. All right, my wife is leaving. Bye, babe. She's in New York working for work this week, so there she goes. Rod, what's up, Rod? Thanks for stopping by, man. How's it going tonight? Rod, what are you drinking? It's a prerequisite. So, Chad, why don't you tell Sean your beekeeper story?
Oh, I was just reading a little Muse article about some beekeeper and a brewery in New York that are collaborating to experiment using honey to get more complex flavors and add some than just like a sweet, like a sugary flavor. You know anything about this?
I don't, but what's the difference between that and like mead? I mean, I know it's probably mead's not hoppy, right?
Yeah, meads are super, super sweet, typically, the ones I've had. But this is Arrowwood Farm Brewery in Accord, New York, is working to come up with some actual beers, not meads, brewed with honey.
Wow. Rod J is drinking a Bad Central State Beach Goza.
Oh, I love Gozas.
Apparently you wouldn't like this one. Because it's bad. Unless we're just talking Michael Jackson. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to skim through some of this article here on honey beers.
Read faster. Rod, what's wrong with that beer? Is it just bad? I think I just saw his tweet about this.
It's just not good.
Oh, I see his untapped check-in. Yeah, it was a little old. Had buttery popcorn flavor.
Yeah.
No.
So it was like what are those jelly bellies? Tastes like a popcorn jelly belly.
I'm pretty sure it's not what
Sounds
it's supposed
awesome.
to taste like. Yeah, sounds like great. Yeah, it's just what I want to.
Sounds really good.
Just what I want to drink.
So mead, you don't boil in mead. So I guess you don't have to go on me. This doesn't have to be a close up on me.
It needs to be close up on you.
Oh, I don't. This mess here is just
You like
out of control.
It's beautiful, dude. Don't worry
No,
about it.
well, beautiful disaster. This is where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess so. Mead, you don't boil. There's no boiling stage in mead, but you can use grain in mead. So I guess it's just the boiling is different. Now you know.
I think I have not sampled a whole lot of meads. I've sampled a few at a couple of beer festivals, and then when we were at Three Sheeps for their anniversary party, remember we were sitting with those people, those guys that had a bunch of meads, and they were letting us all try the different varieties.
I'm assuming you're talking to me.
I am.
Okay. Yes, I remember.
I think that's the only 2 times I've ever tried a mead, and they're so sweet. I'm just not a huge fan. I mean, I don't eat I'm not into cookies and ice cream and all that stuff, so sweet stuff is not typically on my radar. And anytime I hear mead, I'm like, I'm not gonna like it. It's gonna be too sweet.
Hey, Chad, hang on. Sorry, late breaking news here. Anyway, yeah. Rod said that it was old, didn't have a date on it. Dates matter. I agree.
Hashtag dates matter.
Not dating by breweries is a big pet peeve. Absolutely. I hate it when I don't see date on it. But, golly, why is it? There we go. Remember, we were just talking about hard seltzer. Who isn't really, Sean?
Everybody is.
But
It's
on the
important.
can of White Claw, it does say it's beer with natural flavors.
Well, it's malt liquor.
Right. Exactly. It is malt liquor.
I have a really interesting video that's going to be going up here probably next week.
Teaser.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's
come on.
another form of a malt beverage that you've talked about before. I got my hands on some, so I don't want to give it all away.
Well, I started out this evening drinking one of these,
Yeah.
and I made it one sip. And
Sam would be very pleased.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't care because he's counting his money.
That's true. That's true.
I took a sip and set it aside and went on to a beer. So on theirs though, it doesn't say anywhere beer, like White Fang does. You see that? No, you can't see that. It's too bright.
I can see that. It's Steve Austin. Okay. Every time you drink a White Claw, just know that Steve Austin is disappoint in you. You know?
So now
Can't
every
please
time
everybody all the time.
Right?
every time I see one of those cans, I'm gonna think of Steve Austin and think twice about buying it.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Rod Jade brings up an interesting point, though. I gotta agree. Not dating your can, or like
Your
not
can.
putting anything on the bottle, any kind of print. There's a place here that I think they distribute to a lot of states actually, and I don't know how I feel about this. They put the expiration date on the can, so instead of having the brewed on date, it has the expiration date, and I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe it's being helpful, but I feel like it's not. It's being, I don't know, it's just being confusing.
So they put the expiration date on the can. You want like a born on date?
Yeah, I'd much rather have a canned on date.
Yeah, me too.
I agree with that too.
Because you don't know they're saying how long you should let it sit. They're just telling you this is as long as it should sit.
Now I'm looking at mine.
Yeah, mine is. By the
mine
way,
says can
Sean,
do.
I'm drinking a New Glarus Moon Man, which is a No Coast Pale Ale, and it's stamped with Lot
No
79 and then 1123. That's like a time, 1123.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
going to say November.
Presumably.
23rd.
Yeah, I was thinking the
AM.
same thing.
So yeah, there's no
date.
no date. It's just a lot number and a time.
Yeah, I'm drinking Chili Water Pale Ale by Tighthead, local brewery here, out of Mundelein. And yeah, I have a canned on right on the bottom. It says canned on 4/5/19. So
Yeah,
See?
this one August 1st.
So you're drinking one from April, Adam. How is and what kind of beer is chili water again? I really like this beer. I remember it, but I don't remember.
it's a paleo.
Yeah. So how's that? That's 4 months old now.
It's good. I
Yeah.
mean, Jamie actually brought this over and then left it, and I told him I won't drink it, and now I'm drinking it.
You left some beers on my boat this weekend, and they're now all in my refrigerator, so I'll be drinking
That's
those.
fine. I brought them for you, Sonny.
And
So
some.
Adam, as a secondhand observer, I need your unbiased opinion. How was the boat?
The boat's awesome.
Okay.
We have a lot of fun with the boat, man. Actually, we could even talk. We went to two breweries.
2 breweries, yep.
Went shipwrecked, right?
Yep. In Egg Harbor.
And what was the other one?
The other one is One Barrel.
Yeah.
And One Barrel is based in Madison, but they've got a tap room, indoor-outdoor tap room now opening also in Egg Harbor.
Yeah, good beers.
Yeah.
What I was happy about is that Shipwrecked had a brown ale.
It's a good
You
one.
just don't see it, and it was a good brown ale. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
But yeah. The boat's awesome. The boat's fun. We went out and just kind of putzed around. Really sat in a little bay there,
Anchored out for a little while.
anchored out for a little while, hung out.
I jumped in the water. Those two didn't partake in jumping in the water, but
Had some beers.
had some beers. Some burrs. I didn't have any beers. I was driving.
That would be irresponsible.
Right.
I may have had one.
I cannot vouch. I will not confirm or deny that rumor. But yeah,
I do drink beer on the boat. I just do not drink a lot of beer while I'm operating the boat.
he only drinks White Claw on the bar.
We get back on the dock, and it's a different story.
It's technically not beer, right?
Wow.
I mean, it says so on the can.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
The can says so. I'm so confused at this point as to what's what anymore. I don't
Do
understand.
all seltzers say okay? So are all hard seltzers beer? Are they labeled beer? That's a
Well, no, like I
malted liquor?
said, right now on this Truly, I don't see it anywhere.
So White Claw is the one that you showed.
Oh, it
example.
does. Way
does it?
down at the. You can't. I'm not. There's no way you're gonna be able to see this, but way down here,
And the fine
very
print.
very tiny writing. It says like it's honestly the last thing. It says gluten-free / beer.
Huh.
Which I find that kind of funny that they tell you everything. This chunk of steak is gluten-free. No shit. Well, yeah, it's gluten-free.
I had some Cheetos Puffs this afternoon that were gluten free.
Wow, look at you. Oh, you didn't like the puffs, sir. You told me you didn't like the puffs.
I thought I didn't, but I was really hungry and I wanted a snack. And damn, those things are good.
Unlike beer, usually beer gets a little bit better as it warms up. Not so much with the hard seltzer.
That depends on the beer too.
Well, hard seltzer's not.
I mean, you're not going to let a Pilsner sit out and get nice and warm and think it tastes good.
I might.
Possibly.
Do we think this hard seltzer thing's going to be around next year?
Yes.
Fuck you.
I think this is the tip of the iceberg.
Well, I mean, you got
Why?
big boys doing it. Miller, is it Miller? And who else did we see? Natty Ice?
Natty, yep.
Natty
Natty
Light?
Light does it.
For Loco.
Four Loko.
Locos,
We got
apparently.
a local place in Detroit that's doing it. They released their own. You have Perrin. And those are just two local. That's just two Michigan places. I can only imagine that there are more on the way.
Yeah.
I would think so. It won't surprise me if some of our favorites, like Three Sheeps and Central Waters, get into it up here in Wisconsin.
Look who it is.
We have
What's going on?
Too.
Look at that big old cast on your arm, man.
Yeah, it's like the whole splint thing. So it's
What's
getting
up
better.
What's up with that?
I fractured my wrist a few weeks ago. Tried to
You gotta
catch
do-
myself. And
Got
fell
into a
backwards.
boxing match. Had to
Yeah.
take somebody out.
I had to fight a brewer that didn't put a date on the can.
There's
He
no
knows-
date on this.
He
I
knows
need you to
now.
come here. Yeah, right.
You should see the other guy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What's going on, Jess? It's like, I don't know, this might be too much for your viewers today and tomorrow. It might be
I know, right?
right?
Don't give it all away tonight. We'll talk
right.
about it. But we were talking about hard seltzer. And I asked the question if is it going to be around next year, and Sean emphatically and apparently happily said, "Hell yes."
I don't know if it's happily. I'm not a big fan, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that just with the trend of all this low calorie beer, all these breweries that are trying to, well, not all these breweries, but you look at somebody like Dogfish Head, and they do Slightly Mighty, right? And that's what under 100 calories of beer. And you look at a seltzer, and 9 times out of 10, those are under 100 calories.
Hang on, let me find out. Exactly 100.
Yeah, so everybody, they're all looking for this.
Well, even Grant from Three Sheeps, they lowered the ABV on a couple of their beers, like Veneration, one of our favorites. They dropped the ABV down on that this year.
They dropped it over 3%.
Yeah, they dropped it down 3%. That's a barrel aged. So yeah,
More drinkable. They want people to not come to the brewery and drink just one
and not be able to drive home.
and not be able to drive home. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of, I don't know if you guys see it around you, but see a lot of breweries that are doing their own seltzers, in-house seltzers.
I haven't seen it yet, at least locally around me. I actually looked up how to homebrew a seltzer, and while everything says it's possible, it's nearly impossible to get it clear because there's all these different things they have to do to actually clarify it after they make the malt liquor, essentially.
Yeah.
And I guarantee if I made it, it'd be much higher than 5%.
We'd hope so.
Look, that Flame Out Stout was not a low ABV.
That's true.
So you guys all think it'll be around next year?
I hope it won't. I mean, hard seltzer's been around. It's not like it hasn't been around. It's been there. I mean, my wife's been drinking hard seltzer for a couple summers. It's been out there. It's just now everybody's got it.
I mean, we're into the third
Going into the third year, yeah.
third of the year, and they're really just starting to pick up steam here. So,
but will it lose steam once summer comes? Because I understand it picks up steam
when winter
during the
comes.
Yes, that's what I meant. Whatever, I don't care anymore.
Look at the rainforest. I mean,
Yeah, look at the rainforest. It's on fire right now. We're all dying. I mean, I understand summertime is a great time for this kind of drink. Is it going to stay around?
Well,
when it
you're
gets
just talking in the
freezing?
northern half of the United States. I mean, it's still summer in Florida.
do people drink Bud Light all year?
They're 90 years, Florida's all 90 years old.
Well, what better market?
The 90-year-olds? Look, here's my thing. These people want low ABV beers, because I said this before, because they haven't experienced life.
Who are these people?
They're young. They're young people.
Because the millennials I work with, they're pretty much drinking hard liquor and beer still.
Right?
A lot more hard liquor than beer now, I think.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Because I keep reading the reports that, well, they don't, for health reasons, they want to drink low ABV. Well, give it a little bit. Go to work. Hate your boss. Hate your life. You're going to come home and you're going to drink. That's how it works.
They'll change.
Welcome to being an adult.
I think next year it starts to die out myself. We'll be going to the third kind of big year behind it. And now you got, once you saw Four Loko was coming out with one, that's kind of jumping the shark.
Shark jumped.
And I think it's going to be a point now when people are going to start to with the, not just your craft beer drinker, but just your drinkers in general nowadays, they're very shifty. So they don't stay in the things as long. I think they start to find different things, start to move too as well. Like right now, some people are like in the like Southern Tier. They come out with these mixed cocktail kind of cocktail hybrid beers.
Yep.
That's like a big thing that was exploded at the last beer fest I was at, and that could be something I could eat in the stuff next year as well.
So they're cocktail hybrid beers?
They're they're done by Southern Tier, but they're actually done like with like a bourbon smash, margarita one. It's like 4 different ones they actually had there. and they were getting a lot of people in line for that kind of stuff. So it's kind of making more of a bridge between that mixed drink and that beer for what some of the millennials have actually been into, because they're trying to drive the market for what the millennials are drinking right now. And the millennials are all over anyway what they're drinking and stuff too, which is fine. That's the great thing about drinking at this point. You have so many different options.
Well, Shalonda brought this up last week about taking any beer you want, add bourbon to it, add something to it. You know, kind of create your own beer cocktail just by dumping in some liquor.
Man, when she said that, I honestly sat there in my head going, why the hell haven't I thought of that before?
Right?
So none of you guys have done that before?
I've never done that.
No.
I've never even thought about it. And I don't know why. Because there's been plenty of beers that I've drank and I'd be like, it's okay. Just dump some damn bourbon in there and life would have been, jeez.
You know, the first time I saw that was actually at a brewery. It was
really?
I forgot which brewery. It was like one of the chain breweries that we have here. It's not like, you know, an independent one. Like, can't think of the name of it now. But anyway, I was at the bar and he did a shot of bourbon into the glass, and he put a stout on top of it. And he was telling me that's what they usually serve. It's like, I don't know why I never thought about that before. So I started doing it at home on different things, and yeah, it gives that extra kick.
Have you done that, Sean?
I'm not much of a liquor guy, so no, I didn't do that.
But you like bourbon barrel beers.
You know, I'm a little over those because there's just everything is either bourbon barrel, maple bourbon barrel, you know, this barrel, that barrel,
all right,
you know.
All right, that's it. He's gone. We're kicking him. Just joking.
So that's enough of that.
How dare you disparage the barrel-aged beers, sir?
Here, let me say this. If it's done well, then I like it. But if it's done like everybody and their brother are making one and they vary wildly, right, from being really good to not so good.
Yeah.
If it's really good, then I'm fine. But if it's not really good, then I'm not really into it. So
I will say I'm always skeptical of a brewery that, I don't know, they're known for, right? They're known for IPA or they're known for something else, and they jump into the barrel aged. I'm always skeptical with that first one. Like, I don't know. You know, but when I pick up like a Central Waters, you know, Three Sheeps, of course, Founders, obviously, you know, those ones that I know do good barrel aging. You know, it's hard to beat those guys though too. I mean, they've got ginormous programs. So
speaking of, I just my next beer I just cracked here is the Central Waters Rye Barrel Stout.
Good thing. Oh, yeah, Central State. I was gonna say, I hope it wasn't the other one I had.
It's Central Waters, not Central State.
Central Waters.
Rod, what are you drinking, by the way? I saw you pour something.
Yeah, actually, right now I just switched over to the face to get that buttery goes out of my mouth at this point. So this is an imperial red ale, which I do like red ales, which are hard to find sometimes. So
it's hard to find the good ones.
Yeah, they really. When you get even that, it's even harder. And this is from Sideswipe Brewing. This was actually picked up on a run I made to Columbus a few months back, actually about 2 months back, and 9% ABV. So haven't had that. Ooh, independent label. Ooh, independent label. So,
right.
But I like the cover on it. That's what kind of caught my eye there. I love when I see some of these character type labels and stuff.
Yeah,
which
it's very artistic.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So it kind of caught my eye there, and went ahead and grabbed a 4-pack of it. So
nice.
First time. I've got so many good beers around Ohio. I mean, you guys are in Wisconsin, all right?
Chad is
just me. Yep.
Okay, well, you're like in the freaking realm of like all goodness there in Wisconsin. All the different beers.
There is a lot of good breweries up here.
Yeah. I'm 5 miles from the border, so I get Chicago and Wisconsin breweries. So
okay, you in the Illinois side then?
Yep, I'm 5 miles south.
Okay, cool.
And then we got Michigan representing over here. I mean, that's good beer too. So.
Michigan's real good beer. Yeah.
Neighbor to the north.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Sean?
Rod's neighbor to the north.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is one time. I'm in the Cincinnati area, but I'm actually in Kentucky. But yeah, in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
In Ohio, they always say the state up north because they won't say Michigan. The Ohio people.
Well, I feel better.
Do you guys do that with Ohio? Like you said.
Oh yeah, I was going to say I feel better knowing that you're not in Ohio because I could say some disparaging things.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it if I knew you were in Ohio. So.
Well, we have there's an endearing term for Illinoisans in Wisconsin. Now, I'll say this with admitting that I grew up in Central Illinois.
Mhm.
But the endearing term that Wisconsinites have for Illinoisans is fibs. Those fucking Illinois bastards.
Fibs.
Nice.
That's pretty funny.
I actually like that, and I accept that, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, we just say cheeseheads, and whenever you cross the state line, you're crossing the cheddar curtain into Wisconsin. So,
And I'm okay with that too.
yep.
I mean, I'm Wisconsinite now almost 10 years. Can't believe that.
It's too bad. Just joking. Illinois sucks. I mean, the only good thing we have going for Illinois is that weed's going to be legal on January 1st. So that's all we have first at this point. So.
Well, being in Kentucky, that'd be like never.
Very true.
I almost feel that way about Wisconsin too. I feel like it's just never going to happen.
I can see Wisconsin be a little bit more progressive on that ahead of what we're at in Kentucky, though. So
Maybe.
I almost consider those two sister states.
Wisconsin and Kentucky.
The only difference is we have more
Right.
teeth up here.
That's
Well,
That's true.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of rednecks up there. It's just farther north rednecks. That's all it is.
Greater number of teeth.
Yes. I would bet. Yeah, there's more teeth in Wisconsin than Kentucky. Would be my guess.
But only on the outskirts. Only on the.
Oh man, we're treading a fine line.
It's funny. I'm drinking this red ale, but to me, it's more like a strong ale. What I feel from it. But strong ale is kind of a catch-all anyway. But
Yeah, it is.
it just feels like it's more of a strong ale than this. It doesn't feel like it doesn't have enough hoppiness to make it a red ale. It's got more of the maltiness to kind of make it more of a strong ale type feel. But either way, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Where's the brewery from?
They are out of they might be Columbus as well. Yeah, Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
They got a pretty good beer scene up there too.
Isn't who's the guy that we had on, the Cicerone guy?
Chris,
No. Early this year.
you really should ask me these questions.
Anyway, he's in Ohio and he's always talking
Oh,
about really good beer scene.
What part of Ohio is he in?
He's up northern Ohio somewhere.
Okay.
that was David.
Dave Nilsson, yes.
Yeah, David. Nelson.
Like in the Cleveland area, maybe Akron or Toledo.
Well, he's in a small town. I don't remember what big city he's nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. You really, if you don't, you should follow him on Twitter because, his beer knowledge is.
It's
What's
insane.
his name on Twitter?
I think it's just David Nelson.
David Nilsson Beer, I think. Well, that's
Yeah,
what he is
okay.
on Instagram.
David Nelson.
Nilsson,
Nilsson?
Nil,
Alright.
Nil. Interesting guy, very very knowledgeable, and he does he's classes and tasting courses and
He heads up that whole thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he started his own
yeah.
business basically, and he does freelance writing.
Oh, there's like a bunch of David Nilsons that come
I
up.
know. I'm trying to find him for you right now. I saw a tweet from him earlier. I'm trying to, because I actually did a search for him too, and there's a whole bunch of David Nelsons. And on the podcast, it was funny. Before the podcast, I did a Google search, just trying to find out more about him.
Right.
And there was a serial killer. I think what was in the '60s named David Nilsson or something. I mean, not David Nilsson. It was something Nilsson. I asked him if it was like his a long lost relative of his or something. But yeah, there's. What? Yeah, David Nilsson Beer.
Nielson.
Nilsen. Here, I put the link in the private chat there.
Okay.
But yeah, he's
I just found him. Right. Oh, I am following him on there. Okay.
yeah, he's certified Cicerone. He's a journalist. He's written for Beer Advocate and craftbeer.com, and he does all these classes and stuff around his area.
He's just in Dayton. He's like 45 minutes from me.
He was in
Yeah, that's
the
right.
closest he's been to us was Indiana,
Okay.
but he hasn't come any closer to Chicago for us to go see him. But interesting guy, good stuff.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
That's a good idea. You should
Thanks.
grab a beer.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake's here. Hang on a second, Jake.
Jake, hey.
Hey, Jake.
I gotta stay for this.
Hello.
Jake,
Hello,
yeah,
boys.
you stay for this, and I'm gonna play for him. Jake, this is for you.
What are you playing?
Hey, friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and you are watching or listening to the Bearded Hops podcast. Don't forget to sniff.
There you go.
I love that intro. It's our best intro.
Pretty cool.
All right, I'll be back.
Now you can go get your beer.
I feel like we need to pay royalties or something.
The royalties are that they get to be on the show.
Oh, right.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
That's worth a lot.
Jake, let me catch you up. I took one sip of the Truly and haven't had it since. Moved on to a chili water because Truly sucks. It is beer, by the way. It actually says on the can, very, very bottom part, beer. White Claw says beer with natural flavors as well, but it's not. It's malt liquor. It's called 45 with flavoring. And that's who caught you up. Oh, and this is Rod J.
How's it going?
He'll be on the show tomorrow, but he's joining us tonight.
Little sneak peek. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
He got into a bar fight, and that's why his
Dates on cans, man. Put them on there.
yeah. He's right. So he had a Goza tonight that tasted like basically buttered popcorn, which means it was it was old.
It was
There's
old.
no date on the can, so we started talking about how it sucks when places don't put dates on cans, and he got into a fight with a brewer who didn't put dates on the can.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
That's what happened?
That's not what happened.
Oh. That would have been sweet.
I actually have a video on my channel that I did like back in the summer, and one of the stores next to me, they're a craft beer store, and I went in, and it was right after. I'm a fan. I like the Oberon, so I always get the Oberon that comes out each year. And I went in there, and I saw they had some Oberons that were individual Oberons, and I was checking them, and the dates were behind. And I'm like, "Did you guys get the new Oberon in?" And she's like, "Yeah, we got the new Oberon in." And says, so the 4-pack, that's one of my problems with our Bell. You can't see the date on the outside of the package because it's on the inside on the cans. So I was like, well, is this one a new one or an old one? She's, oh, no, it's new. It just came in this week or whatever. So then I was like, all right, you sure it's new? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure it's new. And I ended up getting it. So I got out right outside the door. I said, let me check it. I opened it up. It was the old date still. So she was still selling the old stuff. So I went there and I basically did argue with this lady back and forth for a bit. Like, you said this was new. It's not new. And she's like, well, how did you know you didn't bring this from store? Like, I didn't go anywhere. It's right here. You can see me through the window. Like, I didn't go anywhere. You told me I asked you 3-4 times if this was the new one because I saw you had old cans there. And she was like, she finally had to get my money back or whatever for it. But she didn't want to go like, I'm asking you before I buy it. You don't even give me the right stuff. And it's like, so, which kind of sucks now because they're like where I'm living at. The craft beer store, they probably got the better selection, but now it's like I really can't go back in there anymore because I've argued with this lady about it. so I won a battle, but may have lost that war.
Daniel DeBrock pregame action, very nice. Well, what are you drinking, Daniel? Sean, what are you drinking? I know you just cracked something else open.
So I went in my fridge and just grabbed a random beer, and this is.
You should close your eyes and just reach in and grab, like grab bag style.
No, I didn't want to grab anything I hadn't had, but I haven't had this one either, so maybe that went out the window.
So you failed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good
It's
job.
a Commotion APA from Great Raft Brewing in Shreveport, Louisiana. I've never had this.
How did you get that? Somebody send that to you?
Yeah, I had a buddy that he knows somebody that is in Louisiana quite a bit, so I got sent Ghost in the Machine and this one, and then some other stuff. So,
All right.
it's 5.5%, so I figured that'd be a good one to not get totally blitzed while I'm talking to you guys.
we approve of that. That makes for good live streaming.
Boo.
I know. I knew Jake was going to give me a hard time.
Boo.
What are you drinking, Jake?
Boo.
What are you drinking?
I have
Louis
Burton. Burton.
Ooh, that's a good
Baton?
one. Yeah, Burton Baton.
Bourbon.
Love
Baton.
his head. Yeah.
Burton Baton.
And you can see right there that lovely ABV. Oh, yeah.
Can't really read that. Why don't you
What was
just
that,
tell us what it
11?
is? Yeah, what is it, 2? What is it? I can't tell.
Was that pre-Boston
Don't-
beer or post?
What was the ABV on that? Because I couldn't read it.
Double digit. It's a tenor. It's a tenor.
1.0.
Double digit 1.0.
I thought that one
It's
was pretty
sessionable
smooth.
beer.
Sessionable.
Oh, it's easy drinking, my friend. Yeah. I love your story though. Like, yeah, lady, I brought Oberon from last year to pull the, good week on you here. Like, that's my whole plan. I'm driving around with old ass Oberon beer. Bought some and saved it. What the fuck?
They gotta sell that old stuff somehow. Daniel, thanks, man. Daniel's drinking a Melvin 2x4.
Ooh, a Melvin
Tastes
2x4.
like wood.
It's a double IPA, a dipper.
Melvin.
It's a dipper.
Yeah, we decided to have my first Melvin beer at the beer fest we had a few weeks ago. They finally got into this area.
I've never even heard of it. I had to look it up. So
Ooh. Dan's at a 9.9 ABV. Got you by 0.1, Dan.
I might have.
0.1.
I gotta look this one up because I'm drinking the rye barrel stout from Central Waters. I don't remember what the ABV is on this, but I think it's up there.
it's like 3 or something. You're fine.
What do you think? Have you guys had tried any of the margarita beers that are a little popular this summer?
I had a couple from here, from the state, but I don't know how widespread the whole thing is.
I'm just looking at some of the different breweries that are doing it. There's Texas, Alabama, Colorado, of course, Dogfish Head got their sweet Sequence Ale, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. They're all over the place.
Margarita beers?
Yeah.
What do you,
Sequence is a margarita.
Chatter? What do you got there? The rye
Sequence is a
barrel
margarita
stout?
beer?
Well, because it's got it's
No.
got lime.
So if you put lime in a beer, you can call it a margarita beer? Come on now. I'm not buying that.
Well,
Well,
that's
that's-
on that one.
Yeah. I don't think
It's
so.
in the
So
category.
Corona's a margarita beer?
You had the lime.
Yeah.
It's just a Sequence from Dogfish Head is one of the beers that will remind you of a margarita.
But I've had that. I wouldn't call it a
If you like
margarita
salt
beer.
on your glass.
I wouldn't either. I would not call it a margarita.
I love that beer. I think Sequence is amazing. But yeah, I'm
It-
not
Yeah.
sure I would.
Oh, that's a great beer.
That's the perfect. I'm just done mowing the lawn beer, except I don't do it anymore. My son does it, so I just drink it while he does it.
What did you say about the rye barrels, Central Waters, Jakey? You just want to know what I was drinking?
Was that the 2018 or was that the reserve?
Reserve from 19.
Oh, reserve from 19.
Ooh.
The Brewer's Reserve rye barrel stout.
Yes.
You dog. You dog. That is 11.65.
Yes.
They do not list the IBUs.
Jake,
It's on Untapped at 42.
Jake, did you know the Amazon is on fire right now?
Well, I knew they were slashing and burning the shit out of it since the new person was in control.
So, but see, Jake is all about world news. So that doesn't surprise me that Jake knows a little bit about it.
It's been on fire for 3 weeks and nobody's fucking talking about it.
Nobody knew. We didn't know about it. I just found out today,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
been a pretty
don't-
big deal.
you've never watched
that's
the
where
news,
most
dude.
of the world's oxygen comes from.
right? It's a big fucking deal.
Well, we don't need to.
I was more
as long as we have
entertained by
beer, we
the,
don't need to breathe.
As long as you can
people
make
in
beer.
Tokyo.
But you know
What is it?
what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
What did you say, Jake? Something about Tokyo? Is that what you said? And we lost it. All right,
Like
cool.
over 1 million people protesting, and
Here we go.
There you're back.
Oh, in Hong Kong.
You
Oh,
lost
the
me?
protesters.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Oh,
You're
Hong
across the
Kong.
street.
Yeah,
We
my
can
fault.
hear
Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all those people protesting, and they're saying that the Chinese government's like saying they're all violent and basically terrorists. And then there's videos on Reddit that you can go find where they're like they part like the sea when ambulances are coming through. Nobody's fighting with anybody. They're just peacefully protesting. Like I don't know. So I've been watching a lot of that stuff. That's it.
Sounds so interesting.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think it's super interesting. They're actually a country that remembers what it's like to get out there and protest.
It looks like they had like 1.5 million people this weekend. It was huge.
That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of porta
It's a
potties.
sea of people.
They bring porta potties out for the
Probably
protesters.
smells like piss.
I mean, if I'm protesting, I'm just dumping on the side of the road. I don't care at that point.
That's part of your protest.
It's part of my protest, right? Until I get tear gas in the ass, and then that might hurt a little.
Probably just wear a diaper, like one of those adult diapers.
Well, who says I don't? Do I mean, does your ass cry when it gets hit with tear gas, or is it only your eyes?
I think your ass just sucks it up.
And you start crying anyway. So, all right. Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
But I was going to say, you made the comment there. Who said about the margarita beers? And that kind of goes back to what I was saying with the Southern Tier, because when I was out from work, I'd actually been off for a few weeks with the wrist and everything. Some of my colleagues, they got me like a get well package, which was all beer. Imagine that. They know I'm a beer guy. And two of the beers I got were actually from Evil Twin. One of them, The Art of Mixing a Beer Mojito, and the other one, Negroni. So again, I think some companies are starting to look at these mixers, both at 8% ABV, as being possible opportunities as well. So that's just another brewery kind of doing what Southern Tier's doing and what these other ones are doing with some of the margarita type beers.
What do the Evil Twin ones have in them? Like, what do they mix?
They're in a cool. Let me take a look here. The Art of Mixing Beer. The one I'm looking on Untapped here for the Mojito, it says the beer is a double IPA brew with natural flavors that hits 8%. That's all they really give on the style guide. And then the Negroni says the same thing basically. But if they're doing it like Southern Tier's doing it, then they are putting alcohol in them as well.
Alcohol.
So,
I mean, look at like Mas Agave, right, from Founders. That's hardcore margarita beer.
Yeah, good
I mean,
point.
it's aged in tequila barrels. Goza aged in tequila barrels. So you're getting that sour, you're getting that tequila flavor. I mean, that's like the definition.
Tequila.
And I wonder if you drop some tequila in it.
now you're getting crazy.
Add tequila to it. Try to get your ABV up there.
I can't vouch on adding tequila with just whiskey.
Jake and Chad, we may need to start a GoFundMe because the power outage, the storm that came through the other night, apparently has finally killed the studio beer fridge.
Ah.
I mean, I could put it back in the basement for a couple years and bring it back up. Yeah.
We need to have a ceremony for it.
Did I have a ceremony for it? No, I'm
Yes,
still,
we do.
I'm not counting it out yet. I'm hoping I'm going to let it rest for 3 days and see if it comes back.
Jeez.
I'm hoping. I don't know. It happened last time. I had it
You
downstairs.
just ruined my night, man.
Had it downstairs for like 2 years and then brought it back up and it started working. So you never know. It's a temperamental bitch. But yeah.
Did you guys talk about Bell's Two Hearted?
The light version?
Yeah, the
latte?
light-hearted. Was that already covered? Yeah.
No, not talking
sounds like
about
it
that.
was.
We should let Sean. That's his territory. He covers the Michigan territory.
Oh, yeah.
Take it away, Sean.
What do you want to know? What's it, 3.7%, right?
Oh,
2020.
God. Why bother? Just drink water.
Yes, it is
7%.
3.7 due out next year. Yes,
All right, there you go.
and it's supposed, and they're going to market this a lot on locale. So
yeah.
take it
Well,
away.
there's your beer minute, your Michigan beer minute. 3.7%.
Is that it?
2020.
Because there's too much lower light in the world.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks for helping out there, bud.
You're welcome.
That was amazing.
That's why I'm here.
Always
What
count on
if
him.
Sean knows in like what is it this week or next week? Four Hearted comes out. I mean, Four Hearted comes
Yeah, double
out.
two-hearted. Yeah,
Yeah.
in bottles finally. It's been available on draft for a couple, like here and there, for last couple of years. I went out to Bell's last year and picked it up and did a review on the draft version. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like in the bottle because I wasn't super. I like two-hearted better than double two-hearted, but I think it's 10% around there, maybe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to, but it's been like oft pushed back. So it's been several times that it's supposed to come out, and then it's been like, oh no, it's going to be late August, mid-August, late August. So it's the 20th now. We only have 11 days left, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But they said it's mostly
Yeah.
a Taproom release. in their general store, and then limited distribution. So I don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, a lot of places say limited. I mean, look at Founders and all the barrel age stuff, limited distribution, but then it's still on shelves, months later.
Limited
everywhere.
distribution, except to Michigan and Illinois. It goes all south. It doesn't come to any local states.
Yeah, I don't know. KBS, I still see pallets of it.
Oh yeah, well, I saw
yeah.
some. Yeah, I saw some the other day.
Just my
stacks and stacks.
little
of them.
local-
I bought
liquor store
some.
here.
I bought some solid gold the other day. It said limited on there. I was like, oh, okay.
That was last year's.
I'm
Right.
just kidding.
The 2-year-old.
You went to Rod's store.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, lady.
But
Is that why there's dust on this?
Yeah.
well, speaking of that, Rod, Jake knows we have a place around here that we both know. Like when you go in there, you have to check the dates because, and my rule of thumb is when I go into Jay's liquor, if the bottle has too much dust on it, depending on the style, I'm probably not going to touch it.
Well, even Antioch, when I picked up that lager last weekend for 2016.
Well, that was the.
Oh gosh.
But then the single bottle section.
Yeah, in the single can section, 49 cents.
Yeah, but Chad, you go to Jay's.
Well, at least they put it in the 49 cent. If they put it in the 49 cent or a dollar cart, you just know you're taking a risk then.
Yeah.
That's buyer beware.
I can't imagine what a 3-year-old canned lager would taste like.
Should have had it just to try.
49 cents.
I think
40,
salt,
yeah.
It tastes like 49 cents.
sawdust comes to mind.
I bet you have a headache after drinking that.
It's probably still there. I could probably go grab it and.
Yeah, it's too far to drive for 49 cents.
Oh, come on. It's 10 minutes away.
It's just way too far away. But it's one of those places that the single bottle selection is just their leftovers,
Yeah.
right? Or something they couldn't sell, so they broke it up. That's
You guys
why
have a
I
lot of places that sell singles around you guys?
no,
No.
not well. Okay, there are places that sell single selection, but there's not good ones. There's-
Like not where you can break up whatever you need to. Or...
Yeah, there's only a couple.
Correct.
Libertyville and Beer Bazaar that Beer
That's
Bazaar
it.
you can walk in and even if it's in a cooler packaged up, you can ask them, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to let you break up that package and take one. So
That's the biggest thing I miss about Ridgeview up in Green Bay.
yeah, it's
Man, you could open anything and they'd
Yeah.
sell out a single can.
Do you ever go up there, Chad, and just like run into his arms and start shopping?
no, he comes running. He comes running because he just lost his best customer.
Exactly.
My numbers have been down since you left, Chad.
What do you guys
close?
do? You guys have Trader Joe's near you guys, or
We do.
Yeah.
because
I mean,
there
not
you,
near.
I mean, there
Libertyville.
you could pull one. Off
Libertyville's
of,
is one.
you could pull one off of theirs if they sell beer. They let you do that there.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, they had their Trader Joe ones, like the ones that only sell there, and a few interesting ones, but
Nothing really stood out.
nothing,
Right there.
nothing really stood out. The because what's crazy is down the street from the Trader Joe's, 5 miles, is the Libertyville craft beer store, which that place is really good. Everything's single.
That place
Yeah.
is good.
That's a
I,
really good
I,
place.
I like that place. Yeah.
If it was just a little closer, I'd go to it more. But Beer Bazaar is the place to.
I mean, they got good shit on tap. They're always somebody there that wants to talk about beer.
They have
It's just got a
huge
good
taps
vibe.
too. They have a ton of tap lines.
Huge. Oh, like 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, see, we're
Doesn't sound
fortunate
like-
here.
that's not
We
a
have
ton.
It is for a beer
For a
store.
craft beer store. Shut up, Chad.
Let's see, we have Jungle Gyms here. We have Jungle Gyms here, which is we have 2 of them around Cincinnati, but they're actually rated one of the top 5 places to buy beer in the country. So they have tons of singles. They have about 20 taps in there. They put a cup holder in your cart while you're shopping because it's an international store for groceries, so you can just roll around and I'm gonna wait over here, honey. Grab me a couple beers. You go finish out what you're gonna do. Cigar shop, all kinds of stuff in it. So you can literally spend a day in there. They got little restaurants around the outskirts of it. I mean, you could literally spend a day in there.
Oh, that's
Yeah, if you guys ever get a chance, check out the Jungle Gyms video on my channel. You'd be like, "Holy shit, I would never leave." But we have, but I have that and a couple other places around here that I don't know if you guys have seen Jo in the Party Source reviews, but he has his place that has a lot of individual beers, and we have another place called Party Town. So between those 3, you can pretty much find anything for the most part, as long as distribution brings it in.
We got Party City, but they don't. So
Just balloons.
Balloons
yeah, it's exactly just balloons.
and your costumes.
Yeah. We got a Party City here too.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. There's other two party places. They got beer. What the hell are y'all doing in here?
you guys are fucking it up.
But do they have costumes?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get drunk enough, you buy a costume, start wearing it around the store.
Yeah. Well, you go into somebody's place like on a weekend, they got like the vendors or their volunteers, whoever their ambassadors they have for the different stuff. And it's like, hey, you want a sample of this? Well, sure. And, at Party Source, for instance, they do whiskey and stuff there. So they give you like a sample, but it's like in a little, half a cup or like that kind of NyQuil type cup. But you do enough samples across the board, you start to feel it after because by law, they can only give you a certain size, but they don't tell you how many they can give you. So
The last time I had a NyQuil sized cup of liquor was at Central Waters.
Yeah.
That stuff was amazing.
It was amazing. Coming back around to the honey beer just for a second. I didn't.
Please do.
Well, I was just looking at the beer styles on craftbeer.com. It's actually a style that has been around for a little while. So I wonder if the article is just talking about just doing locally sourced beekeeper honey, but
What's the style called? Honey beer style?
honey beer. And Midas Touch from Dogfish Head is in that category, which I've had.
that's a good one too. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a honey beer though. Jake, we talked about breweries experimenting and collaborating with local beekeepers to source their honey and using it to brew with.
Honey.
I've had Midas Touch. I can't think of I didn't know that was a honey beer.
Yeah, I didn't. That's news to
Are there
me as
any honey beers up in DC, Chad? I think there's some beekeepers up there. Doesn't
Well,
Hatch claim to use their own honey or something?
Hatch uses all locally sourced honey for their spirits, but I don't know of any honey beers up there.
Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I.
Huh.
I'm glad you guys hit up though. You hit Hatch, you hit One Barrel, and you hit Shipwreck, right? All on the same day.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's kind
Chad,
of
have
fun.
you been? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I was just gonna say it's kind of funny on the Midas Touch. I was looking on my phone here, and Dogfish has said it's like somewhere between beer, wine, and mead. Midas will please the Chardonnay and beer drinker like we don't know what the fuck it is. Here you go, just try it.
Well, and Sean brought up the whole mead thing earlier too.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't have thought of. I'm not that into them, but yeah, I wouldn't have never have put honey and meads together. But I guess that's very common.
Honey mead?
Well, for mead, you use honey to make that. Yeah.
That's the sugar you use.
But it's funny because then Untapped has the style guys of Groot Ancient Herb Ale.
Ah, okay. I've had one from the Fermentorium then, because they just had a Groot that they brewed earlier this summer.
My name is Groot. I'm Groot. Yeah.
My name is Groot.
I screwed that up. I'm Groot.
My name is Groot.
All right.
Walking around Midas touching your hand.
Signing off.
And there you go. See when I do that, they all go to different places.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a shuffle.
I'm
So
gonna
you
have
guys,
to-
are you guys digging StreamYard and everything?
Yeah.
I mean,
For the most part?
Adam does all the operations side for the show, so it's kind of his to answer. But I don't mind it at all. I think it's just fine.
Before we used what was it called?
Google
Hangouts.
Google Hangouts?
Well, we use Google Hangouts for that, but then to like do live stream and stuff, we use like an OBS, but it was a different one. And I would use a Stream Deck and just be able to push a button to switch between like camera views and graphics and stuff like that. So it's a little different getting to click. I actually did have an email back and forth with the owner of StreamYard, ask him some questions because right now it only broadcasts in 720, doesn't do 1080.
Right.
Which they said it's supposed to be later this year, supposed to be hoping to do full HD. But I mean, so far I like it. It makes it hella easy. I like being able to put the comments, up on the screen when people say stuff and stuff. So yeah, not bad. What I would like is if you and I were talking about something, I could have just you and me on the screen together and not have everybody on the screen. That type of thing where you can pick and choose who's showing instead of either it's one or
yeah. You're number one.
Yeah. Because Jake would
Why
never.
don't you guys just go get a chat room and make out?
He's just upset. He knows nobody wants to talk to him.
Chad, come on, let's go.
You and me,
Chad.
And Chad's like, I'm gonna stay here.
I'm gonna stay here.
Well, that would be a cool feature because I like the producer quality of it and everything we use on our channel. But if you could have like another box on the bottom and you could just click 2 boxes and have those 2 on it, it'd be kind of a cool little feature.
Right.
No problem with another box on the bottom. Did you guys talk about?
And Jake's here, everybody.
Hey, did you guys talk about Matrix 4? They're making Matrix 4. Anybody?
Isn't it a reboot they're doing or something?
Everything's
No.
a
Or is
reboot
it,
these
is
days.
it supposed to be a sequel?
It's continuation of the story.
It has to be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they got Keanu Reeves signed up. They got the girl that played Trinity.
Marianne
It's the same Wachowski. How do you say their names? I mean, their movies kind of suck.
The Wachowski brothers?
Well,
Yeah, they haven't been great lately, but give them Keanu Reeves, they'll probably be all right. So
Hi,
it's only
Wachowski.
it's only one of the Wachowskis.
only one. Oh, did the other one die?
No,
Just a broke one.
on it. So it's Lana and Lily now, and Lily doesn't want to be in on it.
I thought I had heard it was like a reboot. Well, they got sued over the original Matrix because they said it was stolen from another writer. That she filed suit over them.
That happens all the time. Who cares? That doesn't affect us.
No, I'm just saying. I'm surprised they make another one since they were in a lawsuit before. But I
Made a
guess
lot of money.
they're able to if they settle with that case. Yeah.
I think I'm a little more upset that Spider-Man they didn't renegotiate.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
and
They have 2 movies
Sony
still. Yeah, they've
couldn't
still
come
have 2
to
more
a deal.
Spider-Man movies.
How's
So
that
he's-
happen?
He's out of the MCU. Like they're gonna stop trying.
I guess it's gonna be a Sony property again.
I thought they had everything except X-Men was the last thing they needed.
They
They
bring
got
back-
that and they were all done, I thought.
Well,
Yeah,
it was a deal between Sony and Marvel or Disney or whoever to have Spider-Man, and the deal was like a 4-picture deal or whatever, 6 or whatever, because he's in the in some of the Avenger movies, and then they were trying to renegotiate and they couldn't come to terms. So Tom Holland signed on for 2 more movies, and after that, then it's going to go back to Sony. So
Wow.
Which means they're gonna bring like Tobey Maguire back or something.
oh,
It's gonna be great.
Avenger,
Oh,
whatever.
I hope not.
Dancing Spider-Man. But if they
That's-
would,
Oh, sorry. Same thing with Hulk. They can't do like their own movie with Hulk. He can only be in other movies. They don't have the rights to make his own movie.
They already did one.
they did one when they first did it.
Yeah, but that's not Disney doing it. That was before.
Oh,
Like
was
now-
it? I
Yeah.
thought it was Marvel though, right? Because there was one that was done with Eric Bana, which was the
And
other
there's
one,
Ed
and then there's the other
Norton's
one that was
movie.
done with Norton that was replaced
Yeah.
later by Ruffalo.
But not since Disney's own Marvel. They can only show him in movies. There's some deal where they can't do his own movie.
Who could do a Hulk standalone? Nobody, or
I
for that?
I read about it, but I don't remember. I can look it up real quick.
Good reading. Good reading.
Dude, I read. There's so much information. I can't keep it all.
I'm kind of looking forward to the next Guardians of the Galaxy that with Fat Thor with them.
Guardians of the Galaxy was good. I was surprised. I didn't
Yeah.
think I'd like it, but it was good.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Chad barely watches movies.
Yeah. I'm not hip on the movie scene. I like watching movies, but I'm just not. I don't watch them very much.
Don't have
Like
it
I
on
just started watching Avengers.
You just started watching Avengers, like the
Yeah,
first
like-
one?
Yeah,
Like,
like 4 months ago, I just started watching.
And he's not through one of them yet.
You like-
No, I did watch the first one.
He was at my house and John Wick was on. It was the last one.
oh, it's number 3?
Yeah, and,
Or number
and
2? Okay.
I was like, you can. I had to explain everything to him. Like,
It was interesting. I love the movie. I just never heard of it.
You never heard of John Wick?
Uh-uh.
Well, it wasn't an existing property, right? Or was it a comic?
I think it was a comic or something.
Okay.
Or whatever, maybe a graphic novel or something, maybe.
That's a comic.
So it's Universal. Universal owns
Oh, okay.
for a full movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll happen, but it's just crazy how all there's all these sort of interconnected webs with who can actually have the rights to what. And I think
Spider-Man webs got it.
I think Disney can make an X-Men movie, just like I think they can make a Simpsons movie now.
They said Marvel got X-Men, like MCU 6 was going to have X-Men in the universe. They were saying,
right, because they really could have used the X-Men, during the Thanos fight. But
something in the comic book, like the Thanos is like taking out half the universe. Like, where the hell were you? Captain Marvel, what the hell were you on break? you had a cell phone range?
Is this like a union thing? What's going on? Yeah, no, we already did that the Apocalypse movie. The only luck we have with movies is when we go back to like the 70s or whatever. So now we're gonna sit this one out.
But it's funny you had mentioned Matrix 4, and I just saw on a thing or Carrie Ann Ross and Keanu Reeves, which everybody knows Keanu Reeves and like a Tom Cruise of vampires because they never age. But Carrie Ann Moss is a little older. We look at her in Jessica Jones and stuff. I mean, I don't know if she'd be doing a lot of stunts like she was in the other ones.
I don't know if she's gonna look as good as she did.
Yeah.
A lot of tight leather. Yeah, they're gonna have to really.
Well, no, because if it's taken off where they were before, we were in caves, so they can wear all loose clothing. They're good to go.
Yeah, there you go. John Wick was a comic.
Comic, okay.
The comic book is actually a prequel to the original film, so the comic books take place before John Wick 1 happened.
I haven't seen 3. I've seen 1 and 2. Is 3 good?
Yes.
See, I got to watch 2. I think he signed off for John Wick 4. I think they're going to do as well.
The only thing I didn't like about 3 is that the fight choreography wasn't quite as good, and they had Halle Berry in it for a small part of it, and she was kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I don't understand that statement.
That she was kind of annoying?
No, I mean Halle Berry. If she's on the screen, I'll watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to Sean?
He's pooping. we should have Nerd Sense on here if we're going to be talking comics because they're the comic guys.
So if you guys, my wife is telling me I need to watch this one. I haven't watched it yet on Netflix. I might watch it tomorrow. But Love and Robots.
I've seen it, but I haven't watched
fantastic!
She said it was really good. Is it just one show or one movie, or is it a series?
The one that's on Netflix, like Death, Love, or Robots or something.
Yeah.
It's just like
a series of cartoons.
10 different cartoons, 12 different cartoons. They're all different stories. Some are like 15 minutes, some are like 25 minutes, and they're all kind of sci-fi. Some are like violent, some are just making a point. They're so good though. Okay. And it's kind of like animate. Like, did you ever see the Animatrix?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking if it would be something like that. Yeah,
it's like the Animatrix. Yeah, it's like they're all okay, but the good ones are really fucking good in my opinion. Like, damn.
Okay. Well, I'm still off from work, so you set up my daily viewing tomorrow.
and they're smart. The very first episode, they hook you. The very first one's very good. Yeah, they go right for the fan right away. So, have you watched The Boys on Amazon Prime?
I watched the first episode. I haven't watched the rest yet, so I'm going to finish that out too. The first one was really good.
See, the first one I didn't. After the first episode, I was like, yeah, and then I finally, but I pushed through. Second and third, it got better.
I feel like it was Adam.
I think I still have the last one to go.
I feel like it's just like this. They show the stuff like how superheroes would actually act that were like assholes, So
exactly.
I think that's exactly how it would be. They totally would all have agents and be a bunch of dickheads selling merchandise. And
pretty much.
Adam.
Wait. Pause. Sean's got new beer.
Oh,
new beer report.
All right, so this is like maybe 3 years old. 2 years old. 223.
Old beer report. Ooh.
Good
Double
night,
black.
Bodacious.
Oh, I love shorts.
Nice.
I've had this in my fridge since the dawn of time. Figured I should probably try it. So
Shorts make some good beers.
As much as I enjoy shorts, they're another one that's on my kind of pet peeve list.
Oh boy.
they don't put
Why?
ABV on
Date?
their labels.
ABV or date, yeah.
They do put the date, but it's
Is it
printed
date
out.
on there now? Okay.
Yeah, they're
I know.
printed on. If it's on a bottle, it's printed like on the neck. Usually, it's really hard to see.
Okay, because usually I don't see the date on the ones we had here, but ABV, I'm like, how do you not put ABV on the beer? I don't understand that. It's
You know, the thing that bothers me
That is annoying.
is that this is a deposit state. Michigan's deposit state. So you pay 10 cents for every can you buy.
Yep.
And the breweries that don't put because all the machines. So when you take them back, you put them through a machine and that processes them and it reads the barcode. But there's some brewers that don't put barcodes on their labels. So you have to take it to the service desk of a grocery store or a liquor store or whatever.
Basically,
But
a dick move.
Yeah, if you don't put the
Yeah.
thing on it, you can't just easily do it. You have to go out of your way to claim your deposit, which is a pain in the ass to do that anyways.
It's like work with me, man. Work with me.
Right. Just trying to get my 10 cents.
I'm
I'm only taking 6 garbage bags full of cans
Yeah, I was
back.
gonna say, I mean, that really doesn't take long to add up. I mean, you drink 10 beers, that's $1. So
Oh yeah, I take garbage bags back.
Oh,
Yeah.
you walk by those sections of like Myers where people are doing it. It's all you hear is like people just dumping that shit in.
oh,
the revolution will be.
Adam's gone with a
YouTube.
Death Star.
Yes.
I'm gonna look that one up this year.
Uh-oh.
You haven't had it? All right. Well, I'm sending you one then.
You say that, but
You're right. I say that. I probably won't.
not any.
Because Jake keeps trying to steal mine.
I want their VSOJ really bad this year.
Their lineup this year.
Incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I could have found those summer barley ones I put out, but I couldn't find them. I think he had to go. I think he had to go to the brew pub or whatever to buy them.
Adam is
just the
dying
smell
to
of
come
it
at
just gave me a chub here.
It is a fantastic
Oh,
beer.
it's so good.
It ages well in the can too.
Yes. My since my wife is gone, my dog Baylor will not stop following me around, so he's on my feet right now. He was underneath my desk today during the thunderstorm. It was quite annoying.
We had a
You
big
mean-
thunderstorm here
You mean
too.
lifting your desk?
Well, yeah, he has to duck to get under my desk, but he's. I finally moved a dog bed underneath my desk so he'd lay on it, and yeah, it was annoying, but big baby. What else was going on? There's something else I was going to say, and I don't remember. So, good story.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, I
Cool
thought
story,
so.
bro.
Yeah,
It's really making me think.
yeah, I know. I thought it would, Jake.
Yeah,
The
I started watching the
Cubs just won.
good.
Finally,
The Cubs. Hey, this is the first week for you guys watch college football.
I mean,
No.
I kind of
I'll watch big matchups.
yeah.
Yeah.
I watch
Big
I
games
watch
and
the
stuff.
big games. Yeah, I'm
No.
I'm an NFL guy.
All right. First weekend for college football is this weekend. So
Is there any good matchups this weekend?
actually, the only one I think is Saturday is Florida and Miami. We're kicking off the season Saturday night, like on ABC or something. So
That's
the
good.
Gators and Hurricanes could be a good game.
Yeah, that's
That'd be
good.
good. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Got my-
SEC, ACC, right? Miami's in the ACC.
ACC, yeah.
Yeah.
ACC,
Yeah.
SEC,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my fantasy draft party this weekend. Time for fantasy football again.
Yeah, mine's Friday.
Oh, Daniel said Hawaii and Arizona too, yeah.
I got Sunday afternoon, I think, 3:00.
What a Pacific Northwest comment, Dan. Wyatt, Arizona.
No love for the Pac-10 or Pac-12 now?
So does everybody on this? Do you guys all do fantasy or football or no?
No,
I
I
do
haven't.
not.
I haven't done NFL for like 3 years now.
I do.
We should get some people together and have whoever wins gets like a, I don't know. assortment from
A
the
chest of beer.
Man,
Well,
could we pull together a beer tuber fantasy football league that quick?
That would be fantastic. Dan's bragging about his 7:30 start time.
Doesn't Kyle know hype? I think he does fantasy.
The winner gets a good beer. The loser has to get a shitty beer.
Has to drink a case of
Natty
MDD or
Daddy.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's going to be a bunch of losers, so have all the losers send regional beer to the person who wins.
There you go.
That's actually a damn good idea.
It is
And then
right
the
idea.
one in last place.
Has to drink a natty light out of a toilet or something.
Oh God!
It probably would taste better out of a toilet.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe an old boot, but yeah, toilet can work.
Dan will get in. We'll get Dan in. We might be able to pull this together. Adam, are you in?
I mean, I'll lose, but yeah, it's fine.
Toilet?
I'll lose because I
Water
don't give
for
a
you.
fuck. So,
There's always a winner of the toilet bowl.
you know what we should do on one of these live streams? Jake, Chad, what have we said we were always going to do since season 1?
Shitty beer episode.
Shitty beer
Shitty
episode.
beer episode. We've been talking about it.
This would be the right
Shitty
form
beer?
for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
could be.
everybody drinks the same thing.
Explain to the kids.
Well, the idea was line up a whole bunch of shitty domestic beers and just basically go through them all and get ass hammered and talk about how shitty they are.
I don't want to get ass hammered.
Well,
That's
Speaking for
Wow.
myself.
That's just for Jake.
How do you know? How do you know? Have you tried?
you don't know till you know.
Yeah, you don't know till you try.
Good.
Uh,
It's just an expression.
well,
I didn't say drop the stove.
So is love.
With Jake, I wouldn't be too sure. No, the whole we were trying to pick
Hammered drunk.
the king of shitty beers. Which one's the shittiest of the shitty?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
mean,
king of
we
the shit.
got to be getting down into like the Stags and Strohs.
Like
Hey,
it's
Stroh's is coming back, man.
like
got,
the
like, four
worst
varieties.
beer,
Low
the
ABV, right?
worst
bringing
beer that
Alex?
you won't drain pour.
That you won't drain pour. Wow.
Yeah, like I want to get right
You
up
have
to
a
the drain
screwdriver?
pour.
Is that a
and
screwdriver?
What's
back
that
it off just a
screwdriver
little
in your
bit.
hand?
Why do you have a screwdriver?
What's going on here?
I was installing batteries on various electronics for my son.
So you brought it on the show as a prop?
No, it's just right next to me on the desk here, and it was helping me think. Like I was like,
Screw in your head.
you
Tighten
know,
them up a little bit.
it was like that time. I felt like I just want to know what's going to kill me, and then back it off a little bit. Like that's a shitty beer episode. What's the worst beer I'm going to drain pour, and then back it off just a little bit so that you'll finish it.
Dan, so many base beers. Absolutely.
Fuck you, Dan.
See, what we got to do is
Yeah, see, yeah, you got the idea.
these going to be local beers.
You got a spoon? What do you got a spoon for?
I'm
Spoon
cooking
with
my heroin.
screwdrivers.
Cooking your heroin.
You see the burn marks on it?
Nah, see right there. See it?
I don't have any good props sitting next to me.
I had a knife somewhere and I lost it.
I was looking around. I don't have anything either.
I've got
I do-
USBs and lotion.
I do have
lotion.
lotion.
I bet you do.
I don't know,
It's like all I got is lotion and tissues.
I do have a beer here with mold on it. I don't know how long it's been sitting in this room,
Oh,
but
God. That's not good.
it's a moldy beer.
That's awesome. It's in a founder's glass too. Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, I got no.
He always got his knife out now.
Don't talk bad about founders.
What is that? Is that a? That's a an opener.
It's a little
I was
baseball.
given this as a gift after coaching. It's a little baseball bat with a bottle opener. I was like, lady, how'd you know I drink so much? But yeah, I coach your kids. Cool.
Because you keep showing up drunk to the games.
Bad News Bears, Walter Matthau.
You grade our kids.
All right. Here's what we should do.
Oh boy,
I mean, I found a prop.
you brought a fighter jet.
What the hell?
You brought a fighter jet to a knife fight.
Camera
That is-
equipment.
All right, we're just going around the room trying to find stuff. Okay, well, I just have coasters. I have coasters. That's all I have is coasters.
Was that a camshaft?
No, tribe.
Oh,
Camshaft.
I thought that was a camshaft.
It's beer 30 somewhere.
I got about 14 guns sitting over here too.
Start pointing that at me.
Oh, Jake, that one's been used.
Yeah, that's get out of here. It's unused. Can't use that again. Can't reuse props. Hopefully, I don't have all these damn coasters over here.
I got glitter on my hands.
Sparkling beer.
Sean's reaching for something else.
You know,
Oh, it's just a flashlight. This you can see this mess.
It's
behind me.
hilarious.
You don't think I can just grab anything out of any of these?
yeah, right.
boxes at any point?
He's got plenty to work with back there.
Yeah.
What is all that? Let's look at the background here.
You want to? Okay, so this
See
is
a printer. I see an old Dell computer.
Old computer. Yeah. Got a tripod head.
Yep.
I got a laptop right there. Got a tripod box.
Ooh.
Slider box. This is a light that I thought I could use, and I never sent it back in time, so it's gonna live here forever.
That's exactly what's in the trunk of my car. Is all these Amazon returns we never took back.
Yep.
Another computer over there. I see.
Which one? Oh yeah, down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my old gaming PC right there. TV back there. There's a microphone arm. Another Amazon box full of a bunch of crap. Lazy Susan right here.
Right. Nice.
And this is a shorts 6-pack box. Lighting stands.
Yeah.
Right there. Some
Beautiful.
What are our books of interest there? What are those books?
what are those? Oh, those are DVD games.
Hmm?
So I have Overwatch and Bloodborne, Mortal Kombat 10. What else is here?
What's the lanyard hanging back there? What's on that?
Oh, that's actually I'm proud of this one. Hold on.
Hold on, I gotta go get this one.
I'm glad he's wearing pants.
Could have been.
I'm not, but
Adam was hoping you didn't have pants on.
Oh no, I do. I do. Oh, I can get over there. Nice ass. I got a media pass for something. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, media pass.
That was nice. That's what that was. Now I got to figure out how to put it back there without showing my ass again.
No, do it. Come on, try it again. Come on.
No,
Come on.
one ass per show. Sorry, guys.
Were you able to use your media pass for anything, or was it for an event that you?
Yeah, it was for the. We had a summer beer fest for Michigan, and got to interview some people, so it was cool. Local,
Nice.
well, Michigan breweries.
For the love of God, Jake, we've been doing this for 3 seasons, and you cannot fucking
Classic
burp.
Jake.
Something happened. I don't know.
It's a raptor.
An infant raptor.
A baby.
Oh my God.
I'll be back.
Show your ass.
He's got to change his pants.
Show your, oh man.
Gets a little fast and loose at the 2 hour mark of these.
Oh yeah.
live
Absolutely.
streams.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny shit.
Yeah. I mean, all I have is beer bottles. So
Are those all hung up by command hooks?
on mine,
Yeah, the shelves.
the shelf is not. The shelf is screwed in, but everything else on that wall is command stripped. Yeah. Absolutely.
Gina's all about the command strips.
Oh yeah, everything's command stripped around this house. I don't even have
From repairing the wall.
I don't even have a belt. My pants are just command stripped up.
Every one of these hats behind me, they're all hung by nails, so I got a shit ton of holes in my walls.
All hung by nails. Oh man. So I guess a question we're going to ask all the beer guys: What is a beer that's being released coming up? You know, we always have like the fall releases of beers and stuff like that. What's one beer you're like really looking forward to this year? We'll start with Chad, just because.
I've already said it. VSOJ Revolution.
Rod.
I really don't have any. I'm not a person that kind of looks at. I mean, I'm in the spur of the moment, so it's kind of like when I see stuff, I just get it. It's kind of like I like to be surprised, see what's all out there. So, although with so many beers in my cellar right now, I shouldn't buy any more beer the rest of the year. I got like 140 something beers in there right now.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a beer purchasing embargo in my house right now because we have no more room in our fridge. I mean, it's clearing out, but.
Yeah, I will say I take it back. I will say the Four Hearted is one I do want to try if I get that here.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the question to come. I didn't hear
That's
the
all right.
question.
You know it's your turn.
I think. Well, I would have said that Founders Mountain Brown, the Underground Mountain Brown, but that came out at their tap rooms last week. Then I would say the next barrel age from Founders, but we all know it's CBS, and I'm not honestly, I'm not really looking forward to it. Not that I'm not looking forward to it, but it's not a big surprise. So I think it's going to be just more of the same. I think for me, the one I'm really looking forward to is there's a local brewery, and I talk about it all the time, Ascension, and it's, I don't know, about 25 minutes from my house, and they have a anniversary party, and they always do some crazy, limited release that they only release once a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. And yeah, Daniel mentions fresh hop. I mean, I don't know. I've been seeing articles about harvest beers and fresh hop beers and stuff, wet hop. I don't know what's coming out, but I'm looking forward to whatever that holds too. But I want to try something new. I think that's probably what most of us all, don't probably go too much to the well to try the same stuff over and over. But
what do you think is what do you think is next?
Like trend wise?
Trend wise, we've been through the Brute, which is unfortunately short-lived, which I was unhappy. I'm not happy about. But
I think we're gonna just see a bunch of pilsners and lagers.
That's what I'm seeing, a lot of pumping out pilsners and lagers.
Yeah, I think we're at the beginning.
That's good.
Of that.
I don't have any problem with that.
No, I don't have a problem with it at all.
Looking for the barrel aged coffee lagers.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with them, because they're going to do something funky with a pils and lager. It's not just going to be. I mean, there's going to be people with the straight pils and lagers, but somebody's going to put a twist on it. So.
Oh yeah.
Tequila lagers.
Yeah, something like that.
I've seen coffee lagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, what'd you get? Step up to your ball and tell us what you're drinking. All right, cool. No audio.
That's delicious.
Oh, it's a new Glarus.
Oh, he's got
we
two
can't hear
women.
you, but we can.
Dancing Man. Everybody's favorite brewery right now.
Yeah.
Somebody gave it to me. I had it in my fridge. It was easy. So
I started off the night with a new Glarus. I did Moon Man to begin with.
I like Moon Man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Jake, the question I'd ask Jake is, what beer release are you looking forward to? Because fall is usually a big time for some seasonal releases.
I mean, again, I'm hoping to get more variants of Rev. It's hard to get those variants.
That was my answer, VSOJ.
There's multiple variants I'd be happy to get.
The
I mean,
variants look good.
This past year, BCS, we were able to get a bunch of the variants, but as far as what do they call it? Deadwood series, Deepwood series. I mean, what do we get? We get Death Star and maybe Straight Jacket. I mean, we had to work our ass off to get vanilla.
Yeah, Goose did good about getting kegs at a lot of local places. We could try all those variants,
And we remember we were driving around when there was those bad snow days, and we were finding bottles, which wasn't too hard to get. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I love Rev. So
I'm definitely looking forward to Revs, but some of the Goose Island variants look pretty good this year too. So, not sure.
Yeah, I was wondering what you guys are thinking about with the Goose Island stuff.
I'm in the mood for some Fistmas too.
Yeah, Fistmas. I forgot about Fistmas.
That's a good holiday beer.
That's a good holiday beer.
Yeah.
I guess we're talking about the holidays.
I could take it or leave it. Goose, anything Goose.
What about the pumpkin beers? They're on the horizon. They're coming.
They're already out. They've been out for a few weeks already.
I know.
Forgot Starbucks already got their pumpkin latte out.
Oktoberfest. I think
They've
Three
been
Sheeps
out
released
too.
Oktoberfest, yeah, that's
Three Sheeps released our Oktoberfest like 3 weeks ago.
I've seen about 2 or 3 local Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I did Sierra Nevada's like about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
The Oktoberfest beers I don't mind. The pumpkins, I just haven't found one that I like.
Well, hey man, they're totally different.
I know they're totally different.
Dan says, can't wait for fresh hop season.
Yeah, we already put that on the screen, but I'll do it for you again.
And then he says pumpkin spice spam.
Oh. John Oliver. You guys watch John Oliver? Yeah. there's like a running joke about the Starbucks and how all the local like news get all excited for it, and then at the end of the little clip that they just did this last Sunday, they had a pumpkin spice spam. I don't know, just if you watch the show, you get it. Otherwise,
When's the last time anybody had spam? Anybody?
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
Oh, my dad used to always eat it, always have it.
I got you, Dan. I got you. I feel you.
Popular in Hawaii though, so they love it out there.
They
We
do
used to
love it
make-
out there.
Every time we went camping, my
Isn't
dad
there a,
would-
a spam museum somewhere?
I'm sure there is.
think
It
there
doesn't matter if it's really coming out, Dan. No, it's disgusting. It doesn't change it. Yeah. It's probably big out there because they can easily ship it there and it's still rather cheap, right? Not because it's actually good.
They seem to really like it though out there. I mean, they do a lot of stuff with spam. You watch some of those food channels, and they're like loving spam and things.
Spam sushi.
There is a spam museum is in Austin, Minnesota.
There's a museum.
Yeah, Austin, Minnesota.
There's a beer museum in Chicago I need to hit.
Can you drink there?
I would hope so.
The spam museum has been open since 1991.
And the spam that was made in the 60s is still edible today.
Yeah.
So,
Same spam.
same
Still
spam.
selling.
Can
It's,
spam go bad after a certain point?
I don't
What
think
is spam? Is it actually meat?
it is? It's like
Well, does
I
anybody
thought,
really
spam,
know?
I thought spam stood for spiced ham or something.
I thought it was like we used to say spam was like spare parts of the ham, like just it was spare
crammed
parts
together.
of the pig, you know? Yeah, it's the gristle.
This says it's the most popular canned meat in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
it's
People
got
like
a
spam.
lot of competition.
You're right. Spam is canned pork made by Hormel, based out of Minnesota. Introduced in 1937, gained popularity worldwide after its use during World War II. Yep.
Maybe after Pearl Harbor was
Read it
popular out
again.
there.
Damn, sold in 41 countries and 6 continents.
Yep.
Woo.
You make it-
Spam's basic ingredients: pork with ham meat added, salt water, modified potato starch, sugar, sodium nitrate. Natural gelatin is formed during cooking. Great.
Jelly.
90% of spam comes from a pig's shoulders. The remaining 10% or
Come
so
from its ass.
comes from the pig's butt talk.
Talk about ass out.
Only one per episode. We've reached our ass limit.
Yeah.
Hawaii consumes more spam per
Yep.
capita than any other state.
Yep.
5 cans eaten per person per year.
The
About
most popular local
yeah.
dish in Hawaii is spam musubi,
I love this.
where cooked spam is placed atop rice and wrapped in a band of nori.
Spam is not a healthy thing to eat.
It says serving temperature, ideally hot, sometimes cold.
Straight from the can.
Hawaii Burger King restaurants began serving spam in 2007 to compete with local McDonald's chains.
Well, that makes sense.
It's not okay for your dog to eat spam.
Wait, if my dog can't eat it, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, boy.
Exactly.
Yowza.
Oh, yeah. Popular beliefs are the name that is an abbreviation of spiced ham. It's
What
a
is it?
popular belief, not actually what it is. All right. Well, that was an interesting segment of the show.
Yeah.
Sponsored by spam.
This episode of the Bearded Hops live stream brought to you by Spam.
See, it's what I've said we always should do. We should just make up fake commercials and throw them in the show every now and then.
We got to have Sean do the promo for us, though. I mean, that he's got the background, he's got the look.
We could change the background and just be spam.
There you
That
go.
background right there that he's in right there.
I
This
think
is a
it-
good one. This is why you see I
It's
don't
quite
have
a background.
That's a great studio right there. Why? And speaking of Lazy Susan, which we're not, but we did. Why is it called the Lazy? What Susan got got named lazy.
Oh, she's got to be extremely offended by that. By that
I
too.
mean, she's got to be pissed about that.
She's just laying there, just no effort.
I'll just lay here. You do all the work.
Oh shit! This is what happens 2 hours in. All right, what are spam competitors? Just out of curiosity. Wait, there's so many varieties of spam I didn't know about.
There's varieties of spam. It's not just the one in the blue can.
Spam classic, spam hot and spicy with Tabasco, jalapeno spam, spam with black pepper.
All right, I think we need a spam podcast.
There you go. The lazy Susan at work.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of varieties.
Spam low sodium, spam light,
Spam
I love
bacon,
this action here.
spam bacon.
spam oven roasted turkey, spam hickory smoked, spam spread, spam bacon,
You're a
spam
spreader,
cheese.
not a slicer.
Get the fuck out of here. Spam garlic, spam teriyaki, spam chorizo,
Chorizo.
spam barbacoa.
Barbacoa.
Not barbacoa. It's not barbacoa. I know how to say that. Spam macadamia nuts.
Oof.
All right.
Yeah.
Spam turkey. Spam Portuguese sausage.
That's the one Jake's familiar with.
Sausage.
Well, there was also a report that said there is now scientific evidence the more pork products you eat, the higher chance of,
Death.
well, a specific kind of death,
Pork related death.
Trichinosis.
butt cancer, I don't know, stuff in your butt cancer,
Anus,
Stuff in your butt.
rectum.
rectum
butt
cancer. I don't know.
Would that be colon?
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Prolap- does
no,
the prolapse
Rod.
your-
Rod, the technical term is stuff in your butt cancer. Get it right.
It's stuffiest, your buttiest cancer. It's a clinical term.
Jake has a medical degree.
Prolapses your anus.
I watched the show.
Oh man, Metallica released the beer, and of course, Sean has the lovely case to prove.
Oh
it.
yeah, that's right.
Megadeth
It plays
is
music.
Megadeth is doing one now.
Who with?
Canadian.
Molson?
I'm reading.
I'm skimming. I'm reading. I'm skimming. It's a saison. Okay, that doesn't seem like a Megadeth beer to me.
Seems a
No.
little light.
Yeah, but did the Pilsner seem like the Metallica beer?
Yeah.
Nope. I don't think so. You need something dark, heavy.
Right.
A dark lager would be perfect.
That might work.
Stone was like, we don't make those.
Right.
Unibrow.
We don't have a
okay.
lager chamber at
Montreal, right?
Yeah. Unibrow. Am I of legal age? Sure. Yeah. Unibrow.
They make some decent beers.
It is 6.1% Abava. It'll be in September. I know everybody's looking forward to the Megadeth beer.
So you could do like
Megadeth.
an episode of Rockin' Beers, and you can do the Megadeth one, the Metallica one, and then a Trooper. Motorhead too.
Yeah.
I think Aerosmith needs to come out with a beer.
Why?
Old and crusty.
Yeah.
Old and crusty.
Aerosmith collaboration with Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Right. The geriatric beer.
Call it the Rolling Bones beer.
It's got added vitamins for bone health.
Calcium.
It's a hard seltzer.
See, there you go. The 90-year-old crowd. Right there.
I'm pretty sure the 90-year-olds aren't drinking hard seltzer. They're drinking hard liquor. Hard seltzer is more of a Taylor Swift type.
Oh, I like Taylor Swift.
Of course you do.
Did you see Toppling Goliath had their Morning Delight release that apparently thousands of people traveled to?
That's a
Consider
brewery
one
that's
of
got
the
a
best
fairly cultish following in the Midwest.
Beers in the world, coffee and maple syrup, imperial stout. I am digging this maple syrup beer. What was that beer that Central Waters busted out? That maple syrup, that was fantastic.
Oh, I got the bottle right there.
Oh, what was it? What was it called?
Can you hold the bottle up?
That was such a good beer.
Like when you do that shit right, it's good.
B&E's Trees.
And that was a local place they got that syrup from.
Yeah, this was really good.
That was so good. Have you licked?
But I like
have you licked
Taproom
that
Glad.
bottle? I'd be licking that bottle every day.
He's used the lotion on that bottle.
His own fleshlight.
This right here, you mean?
What the hell, Chad?
Right by the computer. Uh-huh.
To hear lotion, I always think Silence of the Lambs.
They just happen to be sitting right next to each other.
Right.
Put the lotion in the basket, lady.
I got dry skin. I got lotion everywhere.
I get dry skin.
He puts the lotion. That's good.
Got your dog.
That was good.
Oh man.
It's a classic movie. I haven't watched that in a while.
That's good stuff.
I watched The Shining again a few days ago. That was actually still good.
You know, I was listening to the show and
You
Good
don't
talk.
say.
Good talk, Jake. Yeah.
Cool story. Can't hear you at all.
Shut down. Shut
You
down
know,
by
I
that.
you're like my wife.
There we go.
I was gonna say, where's the sound effect?
Now, the best story that I ever heard was the sick.
And that's the rest of the story. Paul Harvey here.
I might need to
Harvey.
upgrade my equipment.
I'm not sure how many people even know who Paul Harvey
I know,
is.
right there and out there. Like I'm thinking, who knows Paul Harvey?
Yeah,
though?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
Everybody
rest
in
of the
this
story.
audience knows.
Yes.
Nobody else that will ever watch this will know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Those drinking the low ABV, they don't know. Paul
The hard
Harvey.
seltzer crowd.
Fucking millennials. Look, I don't care if you mess everything else up, but god damn it, don't mess with my beer.
They will. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So, what about The Shining?
Yeah.
I need to know now. I'm reading the book, so I need to hear what you're saying.
Oh, good book.
That's what you're going to say?
Is that
No,
what you
all
said?
I was going to say was I just thought it was funny you brought it up because I hadn't seen the movie in a while, and I was just recently listening to a podcast, and they brought it up, and everybody was all jonesing about how great a retro movie it is, and how if you haven't watched it in a while, watch it. That's all. So, just coincidence. I was like, oh shit, here he is talking about it. I need to watch this. It was like another sign.
Yeah,
So,
I think it was like on AMC or I think you know what it is. They're bringing it out because It 2 is about to come out.
Well, they're doing
Is that why?
That Dr. Sleep
They're getting
movie.
the other Stephen King stuff out there. I'm sure.
is there I read it. Is there an It 2 book that's already out that I can read?
Well, the original book was like 4 parts or something, wasn't it? Or big? Well, I know it was multi-part. This is like part 2 of the movie.
Yeah, it's like the end of the book. Because they just cover when they're kids in the first one, so the second one's more of
I
the.
only read the first part. I don't know.
Well, so you talk about The Shining. Dr. Sleep is like the sequel to The Shining, and that movie's in production.
Oh wow!
I did not know that. Whoa.
But the one that The
there
Shining
for a
with Jack
while.
Nicholson was not the one that Stephen King actually wanted.
Right.
So he came out and did a Shining movie later on, which was more to the book, from what I've been told. Because there's another version of the Shining movie.
The miniseries
Yeah.
with Steven Weber.
I tried to watch The Mist a few times, and that show was just like, seriously, stop going into the mist.
Awesome. That movie's great.
I like The Mist,
Well, not-
but it's always
not
Stephen
The
King always
Fog,
has to
but
do
The
a
Mist.
miniseries.
Yeah.
Didn't he do a miniseries with like The Stand?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan was good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Said MON spells moon.
Well, look, I my favorite is the Dark Tower series, and then they did that movie with Matthew McConaughey, and that was just an absolute shit show. Like, what the fuck am I watching? I was so pissed
Forgot about
off.
that till you just said it.
I was so mad. I mean, I read that series. It's 7 books. I probably read it 4 times. Like, I'm not joking. And I'm just getting angry thinking about it.
Well, I liked Cujo when Cujo came out. That was one of my favorite
Cujo's
ones.
good. The Bachman stories, he wrote them under that name. If you read
Yeah.
like Road Work or The Long Walk, that was some good shit. Tommy Knockers, that's a good one.
Christine was a good one too.
Desperation. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. I follow him on Twitter. He cracks me up.
You got nothing on Stephen King.
Chad's like, I don't
ask me.
read.
I don't know what you
watch
guys are talking about.
movies. I just drink beer and
I watch
vote.
news.
I drink beer and work on shit.
drink beer and tug on my boat.
Not even a lawnmower man.
I've heard of that one. I've never watched it.
Yeah, see, that was Jeff Fahey was in that one. And then wasn't Stephen King Carrie as well? Carrie was like a classic.
Yeah.
What about that movie Langoliers or something where the meatballs
Yeah,
were eating
that was
time?
good too.
Was
Yeah.
that Stephen King? I think that was Stephen King.
That was Stephen King. That was with Brinson Pinchot from that one TV show.
Oh, that was Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, Perfect Strangers. Yeah.
Berky Bartokomos.
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive. That's a great
That was a good one. AC/DC soundtrack for that one. I watched a lot of movies growing up.
Yeah, it says they redid Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, they redid that one. I like the original though more than the other one.
Did they redo it as like a cinemat or is it like a miniseries?
No, it's a movie.
It was a movie.
It was a theater release movie.
Well, why can't you watch it, Dan? What's wrong with it?
I try to get Dan just needs to join the show already.
I know. Just come on the show. God damn, dude.
It's only like
I watched
3:30 there, Dan.
What was it?
It's still afternoon.
What's
Is
the
it-
link?
Did you ever determine was this Seattle, Dan?
Oh, this is definitely in Portland, Dan. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Portland,
okay.
man.
I'm sorry, Dan. I apologize. I'll just
Close enough.
I'm gonna leave the show. I apologize.
It's Pacific Northwest. Yeah,
Please get him out of here.
Bye, Sean.
I think I need to grab another beer.
I agree. I think you do.
It's only 11:30 here. I mean, you know,
You need to get whiskey. Is what you need.
what's work?
Yeah, they got enough remakes taking place right now. Now they're redoing the Blade movie, I guess they're gonna try to do.
They've run out of ideas. That's really what it is. They've run out of ideas. They keep doing prequels and remakes
Wait,
and
Blade?
reboots.
They got a new Blade movie they're working on now.
Yeah, the new Blade
It
movie.
hasn't even been that long since the original.
They have a
That's
new
not-
Rambo movie.
Yeah, like the trilogy. The third one was like a while back.
Another Rambo movie's coming out. Another, of course, Top Gun.
But Top Gun at least is the same.
Are you going to
actor,
open that?
Should I do it?
What is that? BCS.
Bourbon
Which one?
County.
This is
What year?
2015.
I believe the base.
Ooh, that could be a bad one.
Yeah, this is the bad batch of.
Don't do
Bourbon
that
County.
yet. We need to do that on the show because I have one too.
All right,
So
I got a
all
17
about
up
that
there.
base. All about that base.
We picked up these 2015 CBS and we looked up the lot numbers on them and they're in the lot numbers that were bad. That they got that infection in the barrels that year, so we haven't opened them yet.
I'm really curious about it,
Maybe
especially right now because I got a decent buzz going. I'm really curious.
next week's live stream we'll do it,
All right,
and then Jake will drink Natty Light.
I'll wait.
Have you guys drank Natter Day yet?
No, I keep seeing it everywhere I go.
Really?
I have not had it yet. Have you?
Oh yeah, I've had it. I've had it a few times. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I won't ruin it for you, but it's caught a lot of people by surprise. They actually ran a blind tasting of it at one of the beer tastings. I think it was out of Missouri, and it got voted as best new beer for the year.
Really?
And nobody knew what it was and everything. They pulled it off, and people were like shocked that they chose Natter Day as the best new beer of all the beers they tried. It was a blind tasting. That's the people are blind tasted. They have nothing really compared against. They don't know what to go in thinking. There's no
So Natty Day is
no
a
bias in their
strawberry
head. Yeah,
strawberry lemonade beer.
yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Jake and Chad would know this reference. We went to O'Toole's on Friday, and Jake left, and they had signs for Natter Day up,
Yeah, okay.
but I didn't try it.
That was my April Fool's video.
Natter Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. So I mean,
I don't watch.
it's
it.
not anything.
I'm not even subscribed
You
to
got
the
to temper
channel.
your expectations. But I mean, for what it is and what it costs, and on a hot day, it actually works well.
Yeah,
We can-
I started. I think I talked about it for about 4 minutes. Said the whole channel was being sponsored by Natural Light, and changed the background and everything. And
should we get you a pair of these?
yeah, you're buying. Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
buying.
I actually didn't think it was that bad. I was expecting to be really bad,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't too bad. I mean, I kind of at the end just stopped myself just to say, hey, this is April Fool's, and I'm not.
Natty's ABM Bev, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Natty.
So I'm gonna open this beer. Are we gonna be on for me to
Oh, yeah.
finish it?
We can keep going.
All right.
My wife's gone for work. I don't need to go to bed anytime soon. Even if she was home, she'd already be asleep anyway. So
I was looking on Twitter. They said elementary school teacher accused of having wine in classroom. Somebody responded, "I'm not saying it's right, but I understand."
right? I'm not saying. I can't say I blame him. Hang on.
That's awesome.
Blackberry sour.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Bells. That does sound yummy.
So do you guys get Odd Side where you guys are?
I get it.
You know, have you ever seen those fruit sickle beers that they do?
No, I need to actually pick up some of them. I haven't gotten any outside beers yet, but I've seen it here. I just haven't picked up any yet.
That's what this is. I've heard. I haven't. The guy that gave this to me said it was really reminiscent. They're really light, like really thin. They're like 4%. They're sour, but they're really borderline, really super thin mouthfeel and just really light. And I'm expecting this is going to be somewhat similar to that.
Is that a draft therapy glass?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah. There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was actually
It's pretty good.
messaging with Sean back and forth about different glasses, and I ended up just ordering stickers instead. Wait, that was the wrong.
I got a new batch of stickers today.
Imperial Stout.
That's a good one, man.
Boathouse Reserve. Rye whiskey barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to contact them. Maybe go out there. Oh, Jake's back. There he is. What happened there? You had to go get another beer, so you just disconnected?
I wouldn't watch the trailer for that new Pet Cemetery movie. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's what you want to do?
Pretty good.
Well, it should be out on DVD pretty soon.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I could watch it right meow if I wanted to. Right
Meow.
now.
Meow. We were talking about Natter Day.
I don't know what Natter Day is.
Is that like Latter Day? Latter Day Saints?
This is like a natty ice beer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this label. I've never had it.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It mentioned
Yeah.
Natty, and the dog gets up and walks out. And the dog is so disgusted by the thought that we're talking about this right now.
Are you kidding me right now?
Baylor's like, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, my college alum is their spokesperson. Mike Vanderjack.
Vanderjack. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
You guys get 450 North there at all?
No,
Never heard
that's
of it.
that's like a whale for me.
Yeah. That shit is so good.
Columbus, Indiana, right?
Yeah. They got a big festival coming up here like in
Yeah,
October.
the
I'm thinking about
corn
going down. Yeah.
I thought about doing that.
I think you're supposed to go through the maze different stations. Like I find the first station, I'm just going to stop. Why keep going?
Walk around the outside of it.
Get pissed off when you can't find the next station. You already got one, just right there, bird in hand.
How far away is that? I don't even know.
It's like southern Indiana, right?
4.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's too far. Too far.
For me, from here, it's like I think 2.5, 3. But it's like not too far from like across from the Louisville area down there in southern Indiana. Across the river.
Louisville.
How far are you guys? Not Rod. I know Rod's far from it, but how far Chad, Adam, and Jake, how far are you guys from the UP, Michigan UP?
Jake?
I'm I used to live about 20 miles when I was in Green Bay, but it's 2 hours from me now.
Okay.
Two hours. So 2 hours.
Keep Chad on there.
2 hours for me. The UP is 2 hours away from where I live now. It's 2 hours. I mean,
Because you go up, you can go up and around, right?
Wait, how far?
2 hours.
To where?
I think probably at 2 hours
to
Are
where?
you sure?
to the UP. Yeah,
Are you sure? Have you done it?
the UP. Yeah,
Yeah.
How far is it?
I would say it's about 2 hours.
Okay. To where?
to the UP.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
By the way,
If I
that's-
didn't
I would
say
guess.
the UP of Michigan, would you know what I was talking about?
Who?
Like if I, how far does it take to get to the UP?
Who are you asking?
Anybody?
Well, I would.
I would. I got friends in Michigan, so I would know the UP.
Yeah, I've got a
I know
friend
the
from
UP.
Houghton.
I got
I don't,
family there.
I don't know anybody who lives in Michigan.
Nobody worth talking to, at least, right?
I've spent quite a bit of time on Beaver Island, so
Of course you have.
Every other night.
From the land down under.
And I'm pretty sure that's bullshit.
yeah, I don't even know what's considered the UP. I mean, I've been up to Traverse City, north of Traverse City, Mackinac Island. Is that considered it? I don't know.
No,
That's an island.
It's pretty up there. Shut up.
Traverse City is not UP. Traverse City.
How far-
Traverse City.
How
is
far do
about
I
as
have to
Michigan as-
go?
To the over the bridge.
Oh, I
roads.
didn't cross the bridge.
Or straight north from where you're at right now
To where?
to the UP.
How far is that from you?
I would guess it's probably about 2 hours. I might be wrong.
It is
might be
not 2 hours. You are full of shit. I'm looking at a map right now.
So to get to, let's see,
Boy.
to get to
I didn't mean
Menominee.
to derail the show.
You, good job.
Oops, I don't know how to spell Menominee. Oh, Menominee, Michigan. Here we go. From my house to Menominee, which is the lowest point of the UP, 2 hours and 26 minutes.
Thank you for proving my point.
I just proved my point.
That's more than 2 hours.
Thanks for proving my point, guys.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What's going on? What's happening? Where are we?
Youpers. You guys know the term Youpers? Sean, you've heard that.
I have, yeah.
Maybe Chad and Sean should have a little one-on-one
One-on-one.
duck talk here.
Play that game tonight.
Oh, God.
That hurt the back of my throat.
It's not that bad. I mean,
You
come
guys
on.
get that?
Oh, yeah, we heard that. Oh, man.
Common problem, Chad.
There is a brewery up in the UP that does
No,
noth-
there's not. There's no breweries up there.
that does nothing but
I'm just going to mute him right now, right off the bat. He's gone. He's done. He's beat. All right, go ahead.
I want to hear what he says now.
oops, I just muted myself. I was going to unmute him then. They do nothing but saison and farmhouse ales.
Are you talking about Barrel and Beam
Yes, barrel and beam.
or Marquette?
Yep.
Have you guys get that?
I can get it here.
That's all
I was just looking at a
self-distributed.
map.
It is.
I saw
Yeah,
Marquette.
so they drive that van everywhere to distribute. I think that's
It's a
pretty
really cool looking brewery too.
cool. Yeah, we went there last time I was there. In the UP, which is
Where?
about 2.5 hours from the
Thank you. 2.5 hours.
Well, I mean, the other half is just
It would
getting stuff
take. It would
ready.
take Chad 3 hours.
Let's say you know you're gonna stop because
I do-
somebody
I
take a
drive slow.
dump.
It's
I'm a
like
slow-
bathroom breaks. And
I'm a slow driver.
Are you?
Yeah.
He is.
Wait, is it on Marquette Island, or is that not the same as the city?
That's not the same thing.
Oh, all right.
Thanks for playing.
You know, I don't really know the UP.
Well, it means 2.5 hours from Chad, so.
Chad will have to go there.
All right. It's about 2.5 hours. I
How
mean,
long
if you
does
count the
take
time
to
it
get
takes
Chad's
to.
house?
About 2.5 hours.
It's an hour and a half, hour and 35 from those guys to me.
I can make it an hour 10.
No, I don't drive that fast.
Oh, wait, I see Marquette here now. Oh, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
So now you know what we're talking about?
Ordock Brewing Company?
There's Ordock. There's Black Rock, Barrel and
Black
Beam.
Rocks.
That's how you
Yeah.
burp, Jake. That's how you burp.
I see they have a KFC and a McDonald's.
They do. They have this thing there. It's called the Big Mac. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Yeah, I never
I
heard
don't know if
that.
they have it down there where you are, but
It's big city living.
that's all right.
It's about 2.5 hours from Chad's house. The Big Mac. Yep.
yeah.
It's if anybody's wondering, it's 4.5 hours to Barrel and Beam from my house.
I thought that was
Nobody was
Marquette.
wondering. Yeah,
It is.
it's another 2 hours past Menominee.
Mana. Mana.
All right.
That's way up there. Jeez.
It's Upper Peninsula.
Right?
That's way upper there.
Good job, Captain Obvious. Good job. So Sean, are you going to get your beer certificate?
I don't know. You sent me the study guide. I feel like I'm almost obligated to do it at this point.
What the fuck, dude? You haven't sent it to me yet.
Yeah, I know. I like Sean better. He's got a better beard.
Sorry,
Maybe
Chad.
that
We're
thing.
kicking you out of the hosting spot. I'm going to be on the Beard House podcast.
You do have a way better beard.
Yeah.
You got a way better beard than any of us, honestly.
Honorary member.
Have you done a certified beer server already?
I did.
Or how was it?
A couple weeks ago. Easy.
I was wondering about doing them. I'm like, people I talk to in the industry, it's kind of like, you could if you wanted to, but it's not like it's looked at as much. Some people were telling me.
No, but it's required to get to the next one. That's what the only reason.
Yeah.
So
I just think back, like, what before? This was like what started in 2010 or something. I'm like, when people knew beer before then. So
yeah. Now you can prove yourself. Did you just
that a
fart,
good one?
Chad? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
He's sitting there waving like, oh god.
Yeah, I
Still-
kind of felt the same way about the whole Cicerone thing. It was kind of it in a way feels a bit like a money grab.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, okay, I taste this stuff in beer. So does most people. I mean, most people that have drank different types of beer probably taste that same kind of thing. So I'm on the same page. It's kind of like, yeah, I guess it kind of is validation for all this stuff that you feel like I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is, like, we go out. It's like I watch Bar Rescue a lot of times too, because I enjoy
That's
watching
a
that
great show. That's a good show.
And you think, well, there's nobody this bad out there really serving stuff. Yeah, there are. And there's times like I go out to restaurants and people don't know how to serve. Like, how do you not know how to serve beer properly? And it's like, we went to a thing the other day and it was a restaurant. I almost was going to, my wife's like, you going to send it back or whatever? It's like, It was kind of like it had the clinging on there. It's like, well, I know the glass is clean. It's just not beer clean from how it was done. And then it was like in a frosted glass. I'm like, you're killing me here.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you guys not know that? And I asked the lady, the waitress, I was like, how do you guys like do your beer serving program here? Do you know how they do it at the bar and stuff? She's like, well, no, they kind of have a couple bar managers over there that kind of do everything. And I was like, well, just the way it's served isn't the way you really should serve these kind of beers. I'm just kind of curious, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, let me go tell them. I was like, it's probably gonna make a big deal because there's probably gonna be like, why is this guy up here busting our balls or whatever? But it's just funny, like people that don't know how to still serve beer.
It's funny you mentioned Bar Rescue because I was watching it a couple weeks ago and they did the thing where they pour the beer where it's just kind of like on that angle the whole time. They don't ever turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed by dropping a paper towel or something into the beer, and the beer that's poured continually at a 45-degree angle, and they don't tilt it up until the very end, and there's no head on it, and then they do it the right way, and the people were just like amazed. He drops the paper towel on the one that was poured incorrectly, and it foams up,
and it foams all over. Right.
It's like, this is what it does in your stomach, and they were blown away, the people on the show. And I was, like you're saying, it's kind of funny that you think it's something that's kind of common knowledge,
right?
But I think, most people that are serving you beer or even pouring it probably have no clue. I mean, if you go outside of a brewery, I think most brewery people are pretty trained pretty well to know, how to serve it and how not to. But when you go to like just a regular, bar and grill or a restaurant, and you order a beer and you get this thing and there's no head on it at all, it's like, I'm gonna be feeling this one later.
Well, you would think though, if you're the distributor or the salesperson for that brewery, because I've met a few of them at some of the places too, and it's kind of like you want to teach those people how to pour your beer so people would order more, they'll enjoy it more. If they get bloated after one and not ordered any more of the other stuff, if you're having a tap night, you want them to go through and try different things and stuff. You would just think they would add a little bit of instruction, but I don't know if they always do or not.
I think some people at that point, it's more of like, I've made the sale, we're here, we've sold the keg, so if the keg sells out, great. If not, whatever, at least we've got one sale in. So I don't know.
Yeah. Of course, there's some I go to, like one of my local spots here. They don't pour it the right way for what it should be in a lot of styles either. But it's one of those things where I'll let it slide, because you can go in there and they'll pour you like a 25-ounce double IPA. Like, you don't even put that in that much of a glass, but you know what? I'll go ahead and take it. I'm okay with it,
Yeah.
And then it's like $5 or something like that. It's like, you guys are really undercutting yourself here.
Yeah, when you get a good beer at a low cost, it's like,
you
won a lot.
Let it slide a little bit,
When you go someplace that's like, I'll give you a 6-ounce pour of a CBS, and it's going to be $15, and you're like, where's the other place? Where's that place?
Yeah, but those are always fun conversations to have. And so my wife's always like nervous, like, are you about to rip in this? I was like, no, I just want to ask a couple questions. It's like,
it's more of an informational thing for you than it is for teaching experience.
More like it trying to make it. And I've had some of the people, like I taught one of the bartenders how to do like a black and tan because they never been trained on it and stuff. So we taught her how to do that and everything. And it's just like, it's just amazing. People throw people in these roles and they're not really trained on a lot of this stuff on there. And like I said, you watch Bar Risky, you're like, it can't be really that bad. And you start seeing it, as you're going places and stuff.
First-hand experience.
Yeah.
And a black and tan's about as basic as it gets too.
Yeah,
a lot of places do it though.
Yeah. We showed her how to pour. Yeah, we showed her how to bent spoon method and everything and how to pour it. She nailed it as soon as we showed her how to do it. She was so happy too. She's like, I learned something new today. It's so exciting. So you going, you want a black and tan? And I said, no, I'm gonna go and get this craft beer over here.
That's not really my thing, but
all about education, learning moments, teaching moments.
Teaching people at Chili's how to pour beer.
Trying to be like no hype beer reviews, be a teacher out there.
Speaking of Chili's, they have a craft beer menu. You know what the number one thing on their craft beer menu is?
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. Yep.
It's not craft.
Just like every other airport bar.
Yeah.
Is it Shock Top or?
Oh yeah, Blue Moon, Shock Top. Yeah, they're all on the craft beer list.
The pretzel Shock Top.
I actually heard the pretzel one was pretty good. I never had it, but I heard that was actually
one I've
pretty
never
good.
had.
But with Oktoberfest, it'd be a good time to maybe have it with some of the saltier foods.
Oh, Shock Top.
So I see that Dan asked about Original Gravity in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
No, real nice.
I know.
Real nice.
Way to go,
So-
Mr. Producer.
What's good job, producer man.
Yeah.
So
All right.
original
Well, I
gravity.
already know who to kick off the show. All right, those guys are gone. Oh, fuck you guys.
Producer's drunk.
Right? Producer's drunk and don't give a shit no more. So go ahead, Mr. Sean. Go ahead and explain OG.
Oh, I was just gonna ask a kind of qualify. Dan's now saying the delay on the video is awful. Dan, let me tell you, it's not the delay on the video.
Right.
It's gotta
It's
be.
just
gotta be the
Sean's here.
producer. It's gotta be the
See,
producer.
see.
He doesn't have as good of a beard as I do, so he's not doing a great job. But the question I want to ask is, you mean original gravity when the beer starts? Is that what you mean by original gravity?
I do actually.
Yeah, that would be the
I
start
see
for
it
the
on a
home
lot
brewing.
of. I do see it on a lot of beer now.
Have you guys brewed beer before too?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah, I do see on some beers that they do show OG on there as well as ABV.
Lagunitas is known for showing it on their bottles.
Usually, if
Yeah,
you
I
go to
don't know if I've
websites,
seen anything
a lot of
locally.
websites will show the OG.
Yeah. If you know the OG, I mean, I guess if you know the OG and you have the ABV, you can kind of backwards in to find out what the final gravity was. Going back to algebra equation, but
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I can't do equations.
try to do that after like 6 beers.
So yeah, the OG, the original gravity is when the beer starts. So it's what is it? It's like the sugar content, right? It's the sweetness of the beer.
Yeah, so it's after the boil. It's after the boil, and they put it in the fermenter, and so you take your measurement there to get the OG there, and then once it pops out of the fermenter, you can take a measurement there.
And that's how you determine the
ABV.
alcohol content
Right.
is the original gravity minus the final gravity, basically. Right?
Yeah, there's a formula in there. Yeah,
there's a formula.
Minus it out. And then it keeps the
What
percentage.
I don't get the point of showing it though. Like what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like to Dan's point, like most people are gonna be like,
It's
okay.
strictly for beer nerds. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not,
this
it's
is a beer
nothing-
geek stat.
Yeah.
But even for that, when I look at it, I'm like, okay.
Like
Yeah,
if you were looking,
and
if you were looking at a
alcohol
beer,
content, and then determine what the final gravity is based on what the alcohol content is off the original gravity. I mean, is that what it's for?
Say that again. I totally lost you because
You're going to take the way that you determine the alcohol content is the original, like we just said, the original gravity, the final gravity, some formula in between that
right?
tells you that. I mean, is that what it's for? Do they not put? I haven't seen it locally, so I don't know if they don't put the alcohol content on the beer. They just put the OG, or do they put the OG and the alcohol content? And then it's like, hey guys, guess what? We made this beer, and this is the original gravity. Woo! And they'd like, you open the beer and confetti flies out. Like, why do they do that?
Well, I would think. I mean, with the original gravity, it's where you're basically starting from the process to find out what the ABV is. After you've letting it cool down and you do the measurement before you put the yeast and all that stuff in, and then if somebody's going to look at a bottle and they see original gravity, if somebody was trying to maybe clone or make a recipe off of that, you kind of telling them what the original gravity was when you started. And then what you might want to get down to, they'll tell you what the final gravity is though, but most of the final gravity is usually like, I think it's like 1.103 or 104, some weird number, like low number that most people will estimate. But you have to know that final gravity to kind of match it up. But yeah.
Superman, you're really, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
High life drunks. But I think the only ones I've seen with the original gravity, like Lagunitas does it on all their bottles. I think Platform was doing it on theirs.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jake staring into a bottle.
Yep, it's all gone.
Yeah. Jake, is there any more in there? Can I get more in
That's
there?
what I was seeing. Like, do I have anything?
Message in the bottle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's right. It's just for the beer nerds. I mean,
Yeah, like you said, you
IBUs, same way. IBUs are useless.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to
Boozed.
do like a backward algebra formula with the ABV and the original
But
to figure out what the final is.
if you're homebrewing, you have to do it in order to get your ABV. I mean, like the Flame Out Stout, we forgot to check the OG, so we didn't really know what the ABV was on that particular beer. But
Out of all the homebrews I've done, I think I've taken
12.
the OG on 2 of them.
Couldn't you use this spectrometer or whatever at the end?
Sure.
To
Well,
see
if you have a
If
spectrometer.
you have a spectrometer.
Why don't you have one of those?
We tried the
It's-
splasbometer, but it just wasn't
It's a-
working.
It's a cross between I don't care and I don't give a fuck. That really is what it is. So that's
If the beer tastes good and it does the job, then
right.
it's got some
If
alcohol.
the
in it.
beer explodes in Chad's house
No, on the back of my boat.
As long as it gets you drunk, right?
on your way to the UP,
That's right. It's only
How
about
far-
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
about 2.5 hours,
From anywhere.
2 hours.
2 hours,
2.5.
2.25.
The way you drive through. It's fine.
I got flipped off today for driving the speed limit.
I'd flip you off too.
What was the speed limit?
55.
You have to go at least 65 in a 55.
Yeah, 55. They give you 10.
I was on my way to like 59.
10. I said motherfucking 10.
55 is a suggestion.
Like, get out the way. But as long as you go with the flow of traffic, everybody else is speeding up. You can't be the guy there doing the speed limit. Everybody else
But there was
is flying
there was
by
a
you.
cop. I knew there was going to be a cop right over the other side of the hill, and there was.
And he's like, look at this slow motherfucker.
Exactly.
He's supposed to be an old guy. Oh, maybe not.
Just messing up.
It's gonna take this guy forever to get to the UP.
Right. He's the only person I know can turn a 2-hour drive into a 4.
Not that bad.
There was some states they started ticketing people for driving too slow in the left lane.
I don't
Damn.
drive
Which I'm
too
glad.
slow.
Right.
I'm glad they did that.
They should.
Is your
They should-
blinker on too, Chad? Just like
The
forever.
whole way.
Just
Going
haz-
left around the
hazards.
world.
Hazards
Yeah.
on the whole time.
Yeah. If you drive too slow, they should just pull you over, pull you out of the car, and execute you right down the side of the road. Just get the fuck out of the way.
Like, what is
Slowing
wrong
down
with
life.
you?
Nah, there's a lot wrong with me, but we don't have time to get into that. Don't have time for that. Jake, do you know what this means?
Fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I played the fifth. Five.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, Chappelle. I love Chappelle.
Oh,
1, 2,
man.
3, 4, 5.
There you go.
His last Netflix.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh, so funny.
He has a new one coming out,
There's
right?
a new one coming out. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kicked her in
yeah.
the pussy.
no, that was the best.
It's the best.
He's like, I'm going to tell you the punchline, and at some point,
Yeah, it's the best long form joke I think,
oh,
I think
that's
I've
so
ever heard.
funny.
It's like, part of you glad she did it because it changed everything, but the other part of you just wants to kick her in the pussy.
So
We don't have any more stovetop stuffing, so kick her in the pussy. That was great.
That's so
Yeah,
good.
Eddie Murphy's coming out with a stand up here again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes,
Really?
he is.
He's still
Back in the
alive?
game.
I didn't know he was
Yeah.
still alive.
He was just on
Still alive.
that show with Seinfeld, that riding in cars to get
Comedians in
coffee.
cars getting
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
He's going to be wearing that same leather jacket he wore.
Oh yeah, and Raw.
Raw.
He's
Little
got the
tight,
exact same
little
outfit.
Red leather V black stripe.
Well, he said he was going to go back to stand up when his kids got older. So
Yep.
I'm
I'm
looking
happy
forward
about
to
that.
That Dolomite movie.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Is that a streaming exclusive thing? Or is
For,
it going to be
for Dolomite, that'll be theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe. Unless I missed something, I think it's at theaters.
It was some like streaming service had a 3-minute trailer on it, but I don't watch trailers anymore, so
Well, Amazon's
What do you have-
getting
what do you have
into
against
the,
trailers?
You want to be spoiled?
ruin everything.
What? Let's get into this. What's wrong with spoilers? Trailers?
Let's get into this. What are we getting into?
What's wrong with the trailer? It's
How-
so Netflix had
How far are you from the UP? What?
Netflix had a 3-minute trailer for Dolomite, so I'm wondering. I wasn't sure if it was a Netflix
Oh
exclusive.
shoot! I'm looking on Netflix release date. It says, yeah, it's a Netflix one. Oh wow! I thought it was at the theaters. Netflix is making some big moves on their stuff.
You get some good
Well,
stuff.
they have to. They're worried about Disney coming
Yeah,
out.
they have to. Yeah,
That's true.
Netflix is in trouble.
Disney's going to be.
What's it?
Disney's bundling with ESPN and Hulu when they come out.
What's that Disney Channel coming out? Like
It's like
Next year or something?
Disney
Tuesday?
Channel coming out next year. You hear it here first.
Yeah, Disney Channel.
That's
Disney
the Michigan
Plus.
Pyramid.
What is this? 1986?
Disney
is that what it's
Plus.
called? Disney Plus?
Yes.
That's all they came up with? It didn't work for Google.
It's going to be $12 a month, and it bundles with Hulu and ESPN. You can watch live sports.
That Disney Channel's going to be goofy.
Ah! All right, I'm going to have to kick you out for that one. That was ridiculous. And you're in a timeout right now, sir. You're in a timeout.
It's like
That's
pardon the
just-
interruption.
That's uncalled. Uncalled.
Or around the horn, right?
Oh.
I wanted Charlie Murphy's stand-up special.
Well, he's dead.
I know.
I know.
Did you know that?
I did.
I know. He's dead.
I mean, it would be immaculate if he was to do one now.
You're so funny, though.
Did we answer the fifth question?
I don't know. You can ask him.
So was the Dave Chappelle thing. Was
Yeah,
the
we
fifth.
said one.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah,
We don't know if that's what it was or not.
We don't-
survey says.
Well,
So
we got
if
an LOL after it, so it may have been.
We gotta hear from Superman Yon 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
Is there a
Yeah, but I heard in
football?
the Blade remake that
Okay.
Wesley Snipes they might try to cast as Dracula too, which is like they already had the one dude do Dracula in the Blade movie.
Who was Dracula in Blade? I never saw Blade, so
And the third one, it was a guy that used to have that John Doe show on Fox back in the day. I forgot the guy's name, but he was Dracula.
I gotta look it up.
Crickets. Chad, what bracelet are you wearing there, sir?
Oh, my neighbor, the kid next door, made this for me. Oh,
Cool story.
No story behind it, just made it for you.
yeah, he just made it for me. So I wear it.
All right.
Glows in the dark.
Have you seen Brad Williams, comedian,
Yes,
the midget?
he is hilarious.
Hilarious. He's got a special on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that dude is.
So funny.
Yeah,
So the dude from Prison Break was Dracula.
Yeah, Prison Break. He was in that too. Yeah,
That narrows it down.
The bald guy.
Okay.
the
yeah.
brother that was in
Okay.
prison that had to get broken out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I have no idea.
I never watched Prison Break, but I know he was in that too.
Yeah. Same here.
And then Coming to America 2 is going to be coming out as well. So
Yeah, what the hell? What is that story going to be?
They get stopped by the wall and detained and put into a prison with 150 other people.
It's like his kids getting a wife or whatever, I guess, to come to America.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenio Hall just signed on for it.
Eddie Murphy runs. He's the CEO of McDonald's. They're the biggest,
The McDowell's.
the biggest burger manufacturer. On
That works so funny though. They got the Big Mac, we got the Big Mick.
They got the golden arches. We got. I don't even know what he says. We got the golden. What is it? Golden arch or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
Two of the golden arcs.
So he says something like Big Mac has sesame seed bun, but we use this or something.
Donations.
He gets calls like, is it McDonald's?
Man, it's been forever since I've seen that.
oh my god.
He's hilarious. I've always thought if they did a sequel, wouldn't it be funny to see once they did one for Risky Business, see how Joel turned out in character.
Again, they're running out of ideas. They gotta remake everything.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, the story's already there.
No, this can't be one they're actually making now.
You're baiting us.
I think it was just a joke on here. There was just one called Triplets. But
Is it like twin?
yeah, but I think it was just people messing around, I believe. But it's Eddie Murphy is the third brother in Triplets. I think it's they're screwing around. I don't know what they're. Is this a real thing? Can't be.
Man, that
The look on
cast, the
Jake's
cast
face,
you're
though,
wearing,
is
I can't. The Cat in the Hat just keeps popping in my head. That cast you're wearing, Rod.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like put it on your head and you're wearing the Cat in the Hat.
That'll mess you up. So looking on pre-production on IMDb, cast and crew, Eddie Murphy, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito. Some are making this
it's a
triplets or
Twins,
what?
twins conglomeration.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twins is back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has confirmed that the script is done. Eddie Murphy has signed on for the movie. So that can be interesting.
So did anybody see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Not yet.
Is that the Brad Pitt in that?
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, a bunch of big names.
Is it good?
Movie. Yeah, that was pretty good. I was going to
Yeah.
ask what everybody's top 3 or top 5 Tarantino rundown was going to be.
Oh,
I'm out.
Rundown. Is it just for movies he actually directed or ones he's
Yeah.
done screenplays for as well?
No, just directed.
Because it would be Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and then Kill Bill Volume 1 probably.
In that order?
Yeah.
I would go Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Dusk Till Dawn.
Did he direct Dusk Till Dawn? That was Rodriguez direct
So
that
that was
one.
a great movie.
That was
I don't know if he directed. Did he direct Natural Born Killers?
No, that was
No, Stone. Yeah. The reason I asked screenplay, because I know he did the screenplay for True Romance, and that's one of
Yeah.
my favorite movies. So.
True Romance is fantastic.
Blubber Sphere, what's up, man?
Blubber Sphere. We got
All the way-
our
All the way from Australia.
Australian in the show.
Yeah, the podcast is about, but this isn't the podcast. This is just the live stream. That's tomorrow.
3 hours in.
Yeah, Salma Hayek.
Several
Oh,
beers.
yeah.
I really like Django Unchained.
There's
That
a
was a great
great
movie.
Yeah,
scene
that's
was-
today. Django was actually, I'd probably put Django probably third now. I didn't
love
think about
that,
Django. Yeah.
I would say probably Django's 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2, and Pulp Fiction 1.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
That
I'm
good.
ready for it.
And I saw Hateful Eight like on that. What when they
Hateful Eight.
toured with that special print, the 25 millimeter print or whatever. They gave we went on opening night. They gave out booklets and all this crazy stuff. And I like that one a lot. That's probably number 4, but I would say
Shit,
top
now-
3.
Now I'm
Django.
thinking, didn't he do the one with, oh man, he did the one with Brad Pitt and them killing Nazis.
Inglorious
Yeah,
Bastard.
Glorious Bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
Yep.
movie.
So now I got to put that in there too. Man, that's, yeah. That might be number 4 though. That might be after Django Unchained for me there.
I loved Django. Was great.
Yeah.
So-
Glorious Bastards. Brad Pitt was hilarious in that though.
I've seen none of them.
None? Not
Oh.
Tarantino fan?
No,
So
I've
good.
seen
You
them.
watched Pulp Fiction in college. We watched that in the dorm.
Not I.
Yes, you
What?
did.
What ain't no country you ever heard of?
Say what again, motherfucker?
How dare you? I double
I know we
dogged
watched
it.
we watched it in Zoke's room several times.
I was absent.
Nope, you were there.
I was not there.
I had to hide this watch up my ass.
Because Reservoir Dogs, every time I hear Stuck in the Middle with You, Reservoir Dogs just pops in my head instantly.
I like Reservoir Dogs, but I don't know. It's more like artistic than like I'm gonna sit here and just eat popcorn and be in the moment. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all told from the perspective of them. Just like it's all dialogue.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there. And a lot of Tarantino movies are. It's a lot of dialogue followed by very intense action. But Reservoir Dogs is like just dialogue.
Yeah, Mr. Pink.
Did he do Desperado? Was that his movie?
That was Rodriguez too.
Ah, okay.
Because him and Rodriguez had that studio together, so they were teaming up on stuff.
Man, they pumped out some good shit.
Yeah. Dust Till Dawn was good though.
Oh, that's a great movie. I always like Jackie Brown too.
Jackie Brown was another good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
There's Django Unchained. See,
Yeah, Django Unchained. Yeah, that's a great movie. Leo's in that movie too, right?
yeah,
He's like the owner that they take out his family at the end.
yeah. He's at the plantation.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if I'll do a plug for Blubbersphere here. If you guys aren't following, some of the stuff that Blubbersphere puts on YouTube, it's fucking hilarious.
Good old
Chad, who was that guy we were watching on your birthday? He was cracking me up. I need to go follow him.
Oh, Ozzy Man.
Ozzy, man.
Oh
thank
my
you.
god,
I had somebody else tell me about Ozzy Man before too.
Ozzy Man's hilarious.
Oh, I know. I was going to ask you earlier. How did you play the video through StreamYard? Like with the audio, does it do that when you try to run a video through there, or do you have to add something in?
No, you can add it under. Yeah, and Blubbersphere says he hasn't made a video in 2 years, so I don't know what your problem is.
But the stuff he'd made is hilarious. I mean, the commentary on
his
other
old stuff is
videos.
pretty funny.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
So if you add it, you can upload a video to the overlays section, but they can only be 10 megs large in size. So
Well, yeah, but you have so you can't run a thing from a YouTube screen or anything like that, like a YouTube link.
yeah, you could pull up YouTube into a screen share, and then the audio would come through.
And the audio comes through, because I think I tried it before. The audio wasn't coming through. So.
Yeah, there's an option when you do share screen if you want the audio to come through or not.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that.
When you hit share screen right in the bottom left corner, it says share audio, and you can check that box.
Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, there's a funny thing that we used to do on our show. There's a wrestling bit from a couple of our guys here locally that they used to do, like Stone Cold and Dusty Rhodes and stuff. So I wanted to share, because people always ask me to play that again on the show, and I do it. I was like, I couldn't get it to work for a while after they switched stuff around and Google started screwing with their stuff previously.
What? Is that a Michelob Ultra?
New beer. It does look like an
my
Ultra.
God.
Yeah,
How the hell are you? It's,
It
it's
does. You
3
got the
hours in, and
blue
we're going
ribbon.
downhill. What the hell? It is a Michelob Ultra.
And a
Oh,
fancy glass too.
Jeez.
yeah. I don't. This is probably easily 5 to 6 years old.
It's probably
Wow.
still going to taste the same way it did when it was fresh. So.
Delicious.
Yeah,
I don't know about
delicious.
Cellar and Ultra.
It's going
What are
to
those
taste
things
like
like?
water.
Those things are like 3.2.
I think it's actually negative ABV.
Well, at this point, 5 years old, probably. 3.2.
4.2.
Oh, 4.2.
Ooh.
It's all about the carbs, baby. Look at that. But look at it in the glass there. I mean, look how beautiful that is.
Just like pee.
I was going to say just like this.
I just went to the bathroom. That's what this was.
You just pissed in a Mick Ultra bottle and poured it in your glass, didn't you?
You got a lot of foam in that piss, buddy.
Well, you know, it's healthy.
Oh, and he's drinking it. Oh my god.
It's gross.
It is 12:24 in the morning, and I got to work tomorrow. So
Yeah, what do you got to do tomorrow, though?
What are you complaining about?
I don't know.
Still convincing. I don't know.
I think Blubbersphere wants a tour of the room.
Yeah, we already did a tour.
We
of the
did
room.
that. I can't focus on anything but the cluttered rooms.
What time is it? What time is it there, Blub?
What time is it?
They're like,
What
what,
the hell?
9 hours ahead of us?
It's not shit. We already went through it. It's a lot of important stuff in there.
No, this is definitely shit.
No, it's a lot of.
Yeah,
important
well, yeah, it's Ultra.
How many tripods do
light.
you have?
No,
How
I
many
meant in my
tripods?
room. This is shit.
We're not talking about the beer. We're talking
This
about
whole
the-
thing behind me. This
I was
is
saying, but it's low carbs.
That's why I thought, yeah, it's got to be after lunch there.
Why are you so late to join in, man? Jeez.
You guys want to hear another crazy remake they're making for next year?
Bubba, tell me tomorrow's better than today because today sucked.
They're making Beverly Hill Cop 4.
With Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Well, he used all that goodwill.
Blubbersphere's at work watching this.
Attaboy.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I do most of
The
my
Bad
YouTube
Boys for
watching.
Life comes out next year, too. So that's another one.
Isn't that with like their kids or something?
The Bad Boys for Life? No, I think it's just them again, like their last one they're going to do.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
And Will Smith, yeah.
And as long as they got that 911 3.6 turbo in it, I'm in.
Drinking piss.
I love that car.
It'll be, of course, like 3 or 4 more Fast and Furious.
At least 15.
At least. Which I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw. I like Fast and Furious. So I used to drive a Charger, so I'm hooked into the muscle car movies, but I didn't watch Hobbs and Shaw yet.
Underwater. What's Underwater?
Oh yeah, so that was another one that's about to come out too, like 7 Miles Down or whatever. It just starts happening.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Another reason to not go into the ocean.
Chad thinks it's cool because he knows there's going to be boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about boats.
That's the other movie that was on like crazy recently. It's been Jaws. Like they keep showing that like every other day.
Didn't Darwin get eaten by Jaws?
Darwin?
Wasn't there on our Discord?
Oh,
Oh. Like, what are you talking about?
Man, all right, catch up. Come on, guys.
Jeez.
Darwin got eaten by Jaws.
Yeah. All right. 4 more minutes. We'll end it at even 3 hours.
I can't finish this in 4 minutes.
Yes, you can. It's water.
2%.
It's piss.
It's water. Come on. I think I can finish.
It's already been in your
Well,
body once.
I'm gonna need new material for tomorrow now.
Exactly. We're doing this tomorrow.
Yeah.
It won't be 3 hours.
Yeah. If you go back to last night's episode, hour 2, you will get the answer to that question.
That's a 2.5 hour limit.
Can we just drink and play this?
Yeah, we just sit back and watch it.
You could play this and have a commentary over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bub says in Australia there's already 1,000 reasons to avoid the ocean. Well, why not one more?
You get a Jaws and you got Meg out there, so
Yeah, Meg.
Megadaloon.
yeah, Jaws was like the first movie that ever freaked me out as a kid because,
I'm the same way.
well, when it came out, I was like 6 and I wanted to go see it. And my mom was like, "You don't want to see Jaws," and we lived in New Jersey at the time, and we went to Atlantic City like every year. So I was like, "I want to see it. I want to see it." And like within 3 minutes, I'm like, "I want to leave. I want to leave." She said, "No, you're going to sit here and watch it." Was it uncomfortable? Like 2 hours covering your eyes, not uncovering your eyes, and then forget the beach for the next couple of years. You do not want to go in the water. So I'll be up there at the amusement park.
Well, I was watching like a making of Jaws, a little short video, and they were talking about how they had to switch it up in the middle of production of it because they had 3 mechanical sharks, and they kept breaking down, and every night they'd have to like clean them out and wash them because of the water, and finally, what was it, Spielberg, right?
Yeah, Spielberg did that one. Yeah, it was
Spielberg's
the salt water. Yeah,
He's like, fuck it. He's like, he just went and did. He's like, let's just not have the fish in it that often and make it more suspenseful. So
Yeah.
that's what he did.
yeah, kind of intensified it the way he did it then.
Those were good movies.
Yeah,
They just don't make them like that anymore.
They don't?
Getting too old for this crud.
then they made Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws 4.
What about the next Top Gun?
Did that come out yet?
No, next year.
Okay, next year. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that one too.
Yeah.
Chad got instant wood.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Kenny Loggins is like royalties.
Relevancy.
Roll that song again.
He's hoping for a Cyrus with Old Town Road resurgence.
Kenny's like, I'm back, baby.
Right, I'm relevant again.
George Costanza, I'm back.
Back, baby.
Back, baby.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's true. You know, he's like, oh, royalties.
That song better be in that movie or I'll be highly disappointed.
Yeah. It was on the trailer, I think. When I watched the trailer, I think it was on there. But
Yeah.
people will expect it. It's got to be in there. It's kind of like watching a Samuel L. Jackson movie, not saying the F-bomb. That's kind of like you expect. I mean, that's what made Avengers tough because you knew he wasn't going to do it in Avengers. But any other movie.
Motherfucking snakes on a motherfucking pipe.
I mean, you could have given it once, like, just, just once in the Avengers movie getting pissed off, Motherfucker, get on the jet.
Motherfucking Hulk.
Goddamn Captain America.
Yeah. All right, there we go. 3 hours.
Say
Sweet.
what again, motherfucker?
Say what one more time, Spider-Man. I dare you.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow night with more Rod J for the regular podcast.
And
Thanks.
after
It was
this
great
one,
being on here with you guys tonight.
after this one, I am thoroughly looking forward to tomorrow night.
Save the good stuff for tomorrow night.
There we go.
That's right.
That's right. That's what we did.
When all the band camp stories come out.
One time, man, go. Sean, thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks
And
for having me.
For
Yeah,
the
thanks
five
for
people,
staying up so late.
for the 5 people watching Draft Therapy, check him out if you want to know about Michigan beers.
If you don't,
And if you don't, check him out anyway. It's fine.
All I got.
And then come back tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel for Rod. So thanks, fellas.
We're the
Thanks,
three best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have. And we're always gonna hang out.